Times in our life,
You got time to sing on it. You sing.
we all have pain.
So then you gonna sing.
We all have sorrow. Then I look at Wayne and I know that he will be ugly tomorrow. Lean on me when you're my cousin and I'll be your friend. I help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need my cousin to care. She need a lap dance. She need people to come. Ah.
Hey, bro, I appreciate you, man. Listen, man, go sub to my boy, man. Listen, man, go sub to my boy, No Captivity, man. He's a good dude, man.
And you done hit the plus for 10, yeah, and caught the bin, yeah. You wanna fuck her and a friend, yeah, do that again, yeah. Get 2 lags, know them boy could double back and spin, yeah. Ride around with that extend, yeah, you play to win, yeah. 40 with a switch, yeah, with thumb in this bitch, yeah. Pull up and let it hit till it's none in this bitch, yeah. You a head hunter, drop 100, get 100 niggas dead. You don't want the bitch, but you gon' hunt your head. Yeah. That little bitch good with them names, huh? You in the game, huh? You bout to go to Johnny Dane, huh? And do your thing, huh? Took that bitch to Miami, bout to switch a frame, huh? Baby mama mad at you, wanna do the same, huh? A couple pics of watch, so I guess you bang, huh? I seen really young Daffy up, I guess you slain, huh? Wanna take it to the booth, huh? And drop some heat, huh? You know BD got them beats, huh? That boy a beast, huh? Since a juvenile, you stuck to the G code, huh? They hating on you cause they think you got the cheat code, huh? You hope your name don't get brought up in that Rico, huh? Cause you one of them niggas ran up with that Chico, huh? Instead of praying to your house shot, you took a shower, huh? Got them bees, that's your power, huh? Can't leave without them, huh? You were living wrong, huh? But now you own, huh? Extra corner for you go home, huh? They know you strong, huh? You gon' bust that nigga head, huh? They owe you bread, huh? Send the text, say that she bread, huh? Left phone red, huh? Got your mind on the fed, huh? You kinda scared, huh? You went back to the woo lady, see how to play, huh? When niggas fucked up, you who they go to, huh? Cause you done put more niggas on track than Pro 2, huh? You debating on a foreign or a old school, huh? You like, fuck it, I ain't heard, guess they both cool, huh? You play with blocks like it's Tetris, huh? You well connected, huh? That
Yo, welcome back. Welcome back. This part 2. Gonna keep the conversation going. Soon as people start rolling in, we're gonna pick back up where we left off. And just really wanna really kind of touch bases to get back to the conversation on what we were speaking on earlier about far as the different dynamics between the different classes of Black people and what can really help us like really come more together for the bigger picture, because I think there are a lot of different things that keep us separated or keep us like going at each other, instead of coming together.
What's up? What's up?
Yo.
You know what? A lot of that, I think the resentment is a lot of resentment from the people that come from lower classes have a whole lot of resentment of people that don't have as many, I guess, financial problems that they may have. The people still have problems no matter how much money they have. They just have different problems. So I think poor people resent people that have money, and that's the biggest divide. Because poor people steal. The only people that really steal is poor people and rich people. Good middle class people, they don't really steal that bad or that often. Right.
But
So
but how things been going as of late? I mean, people can say there is no such thing as a middle class.
exactly, that's just why we're in a society of scammers because you're either poor or rich. The problem with that is both those parties steal. Poor people and rich people steal. That's just why it's gonna be hard for them to get into heaven. And good middle class everyday American citizens of the world don't steal like these poor and rich people. So when you talk about class, the perfect class, because people be like, that they steal from the rich class or they use the rich class. The reason why you can do that is because the middle class is where is the best class, that has the most substance. The middle class is like the best place to be.
So when you see people that speak negatively about like black conservatives or things like that, do you think they're speaking from like more of a poor mindset, or just are they or do they really have some credence to what they're saying?
I think it's both. I do think there a lot of those people are dependent on the same the same people that they're complaining about. They actually rely on those their funds to feed those systems that they're on. So obviously it comes from poverty. You owe me, but I do think that they do have some genuine arguments. There are some people in America that just don't have the money to feed their children, and I think we will be a nasty society. And you know what? Trump actually stopped funding the uh the food drives or the he actually stopped funding the food drives or the food services for the poor. But I do think that when people can't feed their kids, I do think we should at least try to give them something. So I do think you should try to give people something. But I've been thinking about it is when people start relying on it. And then when that something becomes a check rather than tangible goods, we need to start handing out the cheese and the bread. We should just hand out goods rather than giving people money. You know, rather than giving them 2,000 a month, we should just give them, you know, some potatoes, meat. You know, give them actual things, right? Rather than giving them money.
But then you will be basically telling someone how and what they should eat.
Well, if we're going to fund what they eat, then I think we should be able to tell them what they eat. If you can buy your own food, you can buy. If you can buy your own food, buy your own food. But if you can't buy your own food, then you're asking for someone else to buy the food for you.
Yeah, but what if they want to be on the keto diet? Or
I
on the
don't know what to, I
protein?
don't know what to tell them. If they want to, then they're gonna have to go get a keto job.
Okay. So when you hear people of the mindset of really limiting themselves to not succeed as much as long as they can keep assistance. Like, is that like a because I know some people say lazy, but is it more of a like, you even hear some people say like a defeated mindset? Is that more like defeated or lazy?
To a certain extent, it's kind of strategic, but there is there's some inconsistencies in it though, because the same thought process that they have, if everybody did it, that the whole system wouldn't work. So when you, the problem with those people that do that, that do those things, right? They'll say that you're crazy or you're silly for not doing it. But the whole reason why you can do it is because everyone is not doing it. You're seen as more of a charity case, right? So if everyone becomes a charity case, it becomes like a universal basic income. And that means we're all going to get less anyway. So the reality of it is, I understand their argument, but the reality of it is we can't afford to actually do it.
Well, what about one that might say, "Hey, I'm pimping the government instead of the government pimping me"?
And they're able to pimp the government because other people are allowing that system to um stay afloat. Like, let me tell you, why do you think the government is trying to cut all of these services? It's because you have more people on it than contributing to it. Now, black people, we may not get that because there's not a lot of us, right? So if somebody makes that argument as a black person, it don't seem that bad, right? Because there ain't that many black people. But when you talk about a whole country, including white people, Mexican people, Asian people, we consider a whole country doing it. There's too many people. There's not enough contributors to people that's taking from it, and I don't think that's what we are realizing. Like, I don't think the average black person is doing it, but if too many people do it, then there's not, the money ain't gonna be there. That's why you can't rely on it.
Do you think black people need to take advantage of it?
If it's there if it's there and they meet the qualifications for it, yeah. If they meet the qualifications for it, yeah. Now, if they're just holding themselves back so that they can meet the qualifications, then that's when that person's going to have to look themselves in the mirror and ask them, is it really worth it? Like, what I could be making opposed to what I am making, just so I can stay on this system. They're gonna have to really do some, like, they're gonna have to they have to look themselves in the mirror and say that I'd rather make less to stay on government assistance than go ahead and make what I'm supposed to make, because then I have to stand on my own 2 feet or be a contributor. Because at one point, once you stop becoming a user, you become a contributor. And that's what you could say the Republicans or the black conservatives, the black people, they're saying they want to contribute less. So these the Henrys are saying they want to give less to the Pookies.
But but what about those guys that have the mindset of, I don't want to conform to this white man world. I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I don't want to do that.
Mhm.
Like what about those guys? Are those other people considered like having like the more lazy mentality, or are the are are the actually ones like quote unquote standing up to the like to government or whatever.
No, they're not standing up to government at all because there's still regulations and when business can be condoned because after that you're outside of there's permits and all kinds of stuff for that, right? These people like these like vendors don't technically just set up shop like like drug dealers. Like we can just sell 24/7. Just most vendors aren't like that. Most people that actually work for themselves work within that 9 to 5 scheduling. So they still work within the corporate scheduling. Most 9 to 5s, most corporate businesses, entities that people own work within. They created that 9 to 5 schedule, right? The workers just work in it. But it was these so-called breakaway people, these entrepreneurs, these go-getters. They're the ones that created the 9 to 5. Now you can say that they created 9 to 5 so that their workers could work, but that's also so that they could also do business. Because the stock market ain't 24/7. That's the good thing about crypto. Crypto you can actually do 24/7. But outside of that, most financial ledgers have business hours. So I mean, so when these people think that they're beating the system or they're going outside the system, what they're doing is they're just creating another system. That's all that it is. And they can say that I don't want to work. Most people that own businesses, they can say I don't want to work 9 to 5, where a lot of them end up working 9 to 9 or 7 to 7. They end up working 12 and 16 hour days. I mean, so it is what it is. So they can, it's people think there's an easy button, right? They think there's an easy button in life, and it just ain't. I wish there were. I wish there were a way to just end up on cruise control in life.
But but what if what if I mean you have some people say it is the easy way. It is a cruise control. It is a way of like not putting like like far as success in a way of money like at
Hmm.
the top, you know,
Hmm.
just enjoying actual life instead of enjoying like what money can bring for you inside of your life, you know.
And the thing about that is how when you enjoying life, there's not people that's making money. A lot of times they are enjoying life. I mean, I'm not gonna say like being at work all the time because I don't work all the time. I was joking when I said I do that. I don't work all the time at all. I work my 3 days a week. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, I do my other businesses and things that I'm interested in and run around and do things I want to do. But that's where you have a work life balance. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, and when you're doing this entrepreneurship, where you're just working for yourself, a lot of times your work becomes your life. Now you can criticize people that have jobs that they went to school, got a degree, and pick because I don't they pick their career because I actually have a career, right? Um, and you can say that your career is to make other people rich. You're right. Am I making some family that owns a hospital? Actually, it's a couple corporations that come through and buy a hospital. But am I making them rich? Sure. But am I making very proficient money for my life at the same time? Consider how much I work 3 days a week 3 days out of 7 days a week of work. That's that's not bad. And I get to live a very good life with that. So and I don't have to put up with the shit they have to put up with, right? More money, more problems. And so I don't have to take those calls in the middle of the night that an entrepreneur has to take. The biggest thing that you can argue about a 9 to 5 person, oh, you can get fired. You can get fired. You can't hand this down to your kids. How many companies I mean, a lot of these 100-year companies, they can say that they're 100-year companies because they stood the test of time. The average company is not lasting 100 years for your kids or your grandkids to want to take over. Okay, the average kid is not going to actually want to do your job where you did it at. They want to move on to greener pastures. So this whole generational wealth, I'm just going to hand my business to my kid. It's not a guarantee that your kid going to want to do that business. And then another thing is the big thing you can hand down to your kid is a skill set rather than a business that could fail at any moment.
But
You know, yeah.
you taking that route, right?
Hmm.
And you saying that far as the risk for as of having and being an entrepreneur and having a business. So
Hmm.
like what people say like what people say like far as a 9 to 5 someone that go to work like it like that's like working for someone else.
It
That's
is. It is. It's very much that, but you're working for someone else because you're working for yourself. Now you have to ask yourself, if you own a business, are you only working for yourself? Because if you're only working for yourself, this is where the sociology of capitalism comes into play. Because if you're only working for yourself, then you really think your business is going to thrive? This is what we try to explain to another brother. Like, if you're not providing what society desires, your business is going to flop.
but see here's the thing. See what I think of some people that speak like that. I don't think everyone wants a business to actually like scale a business up or to actually succeed as a business owner. I think some people just want to have a business just to be independent,
I
just so they
get
don't
that.
have to work for someone.
I get that, but the independency comes where you have to make a dollar. If not, your business will literally fail. You just, or if not, you just have an entity. Just have an entity. They're just not really doing anything. You just, okay, I own a business, like all right, like with my IV therapy, right? That's just an entity that I kind of just own because it's not really turning like a major income that I can consider myself relying on, right? So I could probably put more effort into that, but the reality of it is I just don't, and I just and it's not even because I don't even want to. It's
Now,
just that I don't even see the need to right now.
now, is it because it's not like something guaranteed? Now, if it was something guaranteed, like say how some people look at a 9 to 5, like as oh that's guaranteed, like you know you're gonna get a paycheck when you go to 9 to 5, as
Hmm.
opposed to like as entrepreneurship, you really gotta put work in, you really gotta put business
Hmm.
long hours in, you gotta do this sacrifices and all this
Hmm.
stuff.
And
Like
that's where scaling, and that goes to your point earlier. He was like, "What's someone that wants to own a business but not necessarily scale it up?" If and that's pretty much where I will be at, because I'm like, do I want to scale this business up or just use it as and then find something else that I want to do for as a business and scale up. I do stuff in agriculture. I do stuff with worms, all kinds of shit, man. I got all kinds of stuff going on, right? So you like, where do you want to scale up at, right? And if you have a business and you're not looking to scale it up, what's the point of having that business? You know what I'm saying? So if you're just trying to have an entity just to keep it complacent, what's the point of having that entity? If you're trying to sell chickens, but you're only trying to sell, you know, 5 chicken breasts, 10 thighs, and 18 and 20 drumsticks, when you get all this chicken that you need to sell, what you're doing is you're sitting on product. When you sit on product, what you're doing is you're not making maximum profit, and you end up losing product, especially in the food, in any industry, car industry. If you're not flipping and selling cars, those cars are losing value every day they sit on that lot, because people are seeing that car been sitting here a while, so they're willing to give you and offer you less and less and less. So the only way to go is to try to scale up, because once you try to start scaling back, it's noticeable. It's noticeable. So you end up losing service, and then you end up driving your own business slowly and slowly in the way that you already are pushing it back, which is ultimately to nothing. So in theory, you would want to think it works. So I can just keep it right here. Uh, You know,
So people, so okay, when you say that, so people that a lot of people that's opening businesses, they need to understand the financial part as well, right?
I would say so. Or if not, they definitely need to hire someone that definitely will. The average person is opening up businesses don't have a they're really financially illiterate. And it's not even about getting loans. It's about ratios. They don't understand ratios well enough. They don't understand when to take profits, how to take profits, how to pay themselves, how to pay the how to pay the business. They have no understanding of taxation.
Cause what about people that just, I don't know if you heard this before, but people say, hey, I want to start a business or have a business just to pass something down to my kids or whatever the case may be.
There'll be a lien on it, and it'll get taken by taxes. IRS. People buy it. People buy it. It's like people just buy it. There'll be a lien on it because they probably didn't, either they didn't pay their taxes or they either owe taxes, or the thing about it is they didn't know how to actually take profits and invest back into the business to to actually sustain the business, let alone grow the business. I hear a lot of people say how they can just how they when they start a business they're just going to be taking all this money and making all this money. Well, if you're taking all this money, how much are you putting back into the business? Which is a lot of times where businesses stay, um, they stay pretty much about the same. They meet a plateau effect. They don't get any better. You can even see that on your jobs. A lot of times on jobs we can see it happen on our jobs. And then that's when you probably should quit that job and go to another job where there's a different plateau a different kind of plateau effect. But that happens a lot of time with people in their businesses. They don't invest nothing back into what they're doing. They just keep doing the same old thing, and it just don't it runs its course. It's sad out here though, but people selling themselves hot drinks.
But when you see, okay, to get back to the whole conservative, like, verse the whole like nigga mentality type thing, like, uh like, you see how it's mainly in the black community, how they how they look down for us on education, as you might say, like, not just look down, but it's not it's not celebrated enough.
It's not just the black community, it's all poor communities. You can look at JD Vance that came out of the Appalachian Mountains, and he wrote that book, Hillbillyology. He talks about how those poor white people resented him from actually graduating from an Ivy League university. So it's not necessarily a race thing. It's literally a poverty thing, it's embedded in jealousy and envy. It's literally because these people did not get the opportunity that you got. No matter how hard you work to get those opportunities, to do what you're doing, those people are extremely jealous. You will often hear that niggas in the hood talk worse about affluent black people than affluent black people actually talk about niggas in the hood. Because on one hand, they can't say that affluent black people mimic hood black people, but then they talk bad and hate black people from the hood. Affluent black people don't hate poor black people. Poor black people hate affluent white people. I mean, hate affluent black people. The Jack and Jills don't hate black people. The black people hate the Jack and Jills. The niggas hate the Jack and Jills. The Jack and Jills don't hate the niggas.
So basically, what you saying, like in JP terms, the niggas hate the butlers.
The niggas hate the butlers, yes. And the butlers don't hate the niggas. If we were to put it in JP terms, yeah.
Okay, okay.
You know this, right? Prime example. When I come up here, I congratulated that brother on passing his med aid test or whatever. I congratulated him on that. And then he jumped to attack me and said that I'm not this and I'm not that. And I'm like, hold on, brother. Even though I do hold a higher level of education than you do, I'm not about to sit here and attack you, my nigga. Then he kept going on and on and on. So I had to joke back with him. But at the end of the day, I don't hate the brother. I just had to joke back with him just because I guess I had to stoop to the nigga level. I guess.
Okay, now let me ask you this. Uh uh okay, you heard of like how your surroundings can affect the way you view things, the way you think and everything, your surrounding, your environment.
Hmm.
Okay, so what what about if that field if the field had a had a major uh uh, had something major with the way he viewed things, or what if the house had something the way to make the butler view things? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like on both sides. Like, will they have the same viewpoint? Those two different people with two different environments, would they have two different like outlooks?
Yeah, they will. They will. Unfortunately they always will. I don't even think this is a race thing. This is just a this is literally a class issue. It really is, right? Butlers, to make people feel good, they'll say that they are y- you in a higher white class, and then they'll make themselves feel good by saying that you have to change your voice and you have to cut your hair and all of these things to make poverty feel better. But when niggas is in the hood with naughty ass dreadlocks standing on a corner, literally in poverty, trying to make money, doing whatever they're doing, whether it's legal or illegal, they don't feel no better. Them niggas don't feel free. them niggas is trying to climb up the ladder. They trying to not be that, right? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I think it, like I said, I think it's a jealousy thing. I think they do get jealous that some brothers have found a way, not even necessarily to clean up their image, but to even have an image, right? They ain't gotta wear all this fucking shit hanging in they fucking even niggas that got dreadlocks that go into corporate society. I know a lot of niggas in corporate society. I know they can afford to have their actual dreadlocks done, and it- it's just that when you can afford to take care of yourself, you can just do different things. I mean, it just is what it is, man. No way around it.
So basically, it's all about class. It's a classism, like,
It's a classism thing, yeah.
and
Niggas can't afford to take care of themselves. That's the reason why they have to. The argument has been made that niggas are trendsetters. Niggas can't afford that. That's all they can afford to do is act out to the point where somebody pay attention and maybe even film it and show the world. They don't have any other. So that that, and they do it so much that they end up thinking it's a skill set when you really just being an actor. You should just took some acting classes. But you put yourself as a crisis actor so much to the point where people just film it, and then
but
you call that trend setting, and it's
do
not.
you do you think the people from like the field niggas or whatever, do you think they have some truth to some of the things they're saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, there is some truth to some of the things that they're saying. It'd be crazy to say that they completely lying. I mean, there is some truth to some of the things they're saying, but is it so true that it dictates what life will be like for them? And I think that niggas in the hood, cause like the hood niggas love to talk about the niggas that made it, but the niggas that made it never love to talk about them. The hood niggas love to talk about the trendsetters or how hood niggas make all the rap music, or how hood niggas do all this shit. But when them niggas get up there, they don't they talk about hood shit, but they don't actually talk about them. They don't they don't actually they don't actually be coming back to get them like that. And every time they do, they always meet their demise. You saying, every time we seen all these rappers get shot trying to come back and get one of them niggas to give them a chance, and they never make it back out. So even they eat their own. That's the thing about it, is they eat their own. And the reason why the Butlers can rise up to be something like a Jack and Jill is because they don't really eat their own, and they're not even trying to eat you. Y'all eat each other.
But what do you think about when they say, oh, like 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 you said, they might not say anything about, oh, the butler might not speak anything bad about the field nigga, but will he help that field nigga?
Probably not, unless they family. The only field niggas I'm trying to help are my family members or family associated. If you don't come through my family, I don't really like put it this way. I don't cash out none of these field niggas on YouTube. I mean, I will cash out, maybe real no. I don't. I mean, I like they shit, or I go up there and whatever. But man, it's a lot of these niggas, man. Nah, you can't, because you're enabling their foolishness. That ain't gonna really benefit them. It ain't
So
gonna really benefit them.
so have you ever heard this? I don't know about personally, probably in movies or TV or whatever, where you have some like affluent black people, and another black person may come around and say he a little bit on the hood side or whatever. They get this nigga from around here, basically. You know what I'm saying? It happens on jobs, it happens on wherever.
When most niggas don't know how to, like, not necessarily code switch. I'm gonna say code switch, right? How you, like, look, when we on YouTube and the crazy shit that we talking with each other, and this is where I think JP was saying when niggas switch their voice up. I don't even think it's about, the easiest way to do it is to switch your voice up. But I think it's one of those things where it's just a behavioral difference, right? When you like, and hood niggas can say that they don't do it, but yeah, they do. Them niggas be hard. Them niggas be hard out here on the streets, and then be crying their ass off in these investigation rooms and shit, crying for
Okay.
help
Okay, now let me ask you this. When it comes to code switching,
mhm.
like is that a thing where you could be considered like faking? Like
Code switching
like
is
putting on
not
a
faking.
facade.
Code switching is what, let me tell you. Code switching is what a spy would do, or because technically you doing what it takes. You more of a chameleon. You doing, like, when in Rome, do as Romans do. So what you doing is you fitting in to the environment that you in. See, the problem with a lot of
But that goes
poor
to what
people.
JP was saying, because you are only have to do that because you are trying to fit into a white society.
No, you're
It's
doing
not
that
like
because
you
it's
don't
not a
code
white
switch around
society.
black people. You don't code switch around black people. It's
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, I'm about to say. See, this is where I'm about to say that. Yes, you do code switch around black people. How I talk on YouTube, and how I speak with pastors, lawyers that are black. is completely different. How I behave, how I dress, how I approach, how I deal with them is completely different. You clearly code switch with people based off standings, not race. I black people that are affluent and got their shit together, I come at them completely different. Like y'all brothers, I'm gonna come at y'all completely different in this conversation we having. Now, when JP want to get up here and joke and talk crazy, I'm gonna joke and code switch and talk shit with him. That's just how it go. We code switch. We clearly code switch with black people.
Could I
Yeah, you can go
intrude
ahead,
here?
chime in. You good, KT?
Yeah, I want to say I've been listening for a minute, and yeah, this is crazy if you pass that. I say it definitely is code switching because even the black people you're talking about, those are people trying to be affluent in white society. Lawyers, pastors will speak to you a different way, but let's be very frank. If you are the hood nigga, the pastor will speak to you as a hood nigga because he was probably a former hood nigga. Let's be very blunt on that. So yeah, it's code switching in order to appease what white society, even how you were talking about like hair and stuff. There's nothing wrong with dreads. White people got nasty, greasy hair, and nobody's saying this isn't professional. It's just that they don't get it because that's not their way. Like we can't.
No. I didn't say dreads was bad. I said the way that these niggas be wearing their dreads compared to how the butlers wear their dreads is way different. Even when it come down to dreads, is different.
Man, I don't know what y'all mean by butlers, but if you're talking about the
Okay,
actual job of
okay,
a butler,
Butlers,
okay.
I did
So
this is sad. Okay, you got it.
the butlers is a term that you know that someone came up with, just basically referring to like
house niggas.
house niggas and field niggas.
Okay, yeah, nah, for sure. Yeah, no. And again, let's look at what a house nigga would be. I get y'all saying butlers, but I'm gonna take it back to what it is. You're a person that's accepted by the white people. Like
And
that's if you're saying you're a butler or somebody's a butler, well, we're saying that those are people appropriated by white people, and now they're trying to tell the other black people, well, you can get what I get, just act like I do.
but the problem with that is if we don't, so check this right. If I don't, let's say that I am a butler, right? I'll be a butler, right? Let's say that if I don't tell the niggas, what's the other word? We got butlers. What's the other butlers and what's the other one?
Field niggas,
Field niggas. All right, I guess field niggas. I want to not call them niggas. I want to call them something else. The field. We can call them the field. The field, right? You got
field
the
folks.
Field in
butlers.
the house.
Yeah. You got the field in the house, right? The people in the house is not looking at the people in the field saying, y'all got to stay in the field. That's the thing about, see, the people in the field are looking at the people in the house saying that y'all don't want me to be in the house and y'all are against me. And that ain't the case. I don't believe that's the case at all. I think that upper class blacks are waiting and willing to help poor blacks. I just think we so envious. There's so much envy that the upper class blacks are not able to help the poor blacks. That's just why they created these hard lines of class. Because I think they've tried it before.
Now, I believe society created class, and I think like what we kind of missing here is like that's a definite lie. The I know y'all we don't want to say house name, but I'm gonna say it. I'm cool with the hood shit. So I'm gonna say like the house niggas always told when the field niggas tried to run. They always told when that one dude in the field was trying to learn how to read. So it'd be a lie to say, oh, they don't want to see it. No, they really don't, because guess what? It's only limited the space to be elite. Everyone can't be elites. Everyone can't be upper class. It's only limited space, and that's the most limited area. So like, yeah, if they're gonna bring niggas over there, they want to make sure they're, how would you say, like good appropriated niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like they understand how these white people want them to do things. And let's look at like entertainment for the last 10 years. You have heard, I apologize, I got like a fire truck running through the city. But
That nigga shit, man. You gotta stop, brother.
I live in
I'm
West
fucking, I'm fucking
Virginia.
with
It's
you, man.
no
I'm fucking
nigga
with you.
shit here.
I'm messing with you, man. I'm messing with you.
I live in West Virginia. It's no nigga shit here. But
Oh, hold on. They some FWA Nigga shit. White people are wilding in West Virginia right now.
No, white people everywhere across America, like this is even when we having these talks, like we need to stop being like, I find it funny that if we look back like 60 years ago with white people talking against Malcolm X, most of you niggas online are using those exact same points. Like it's nothing about white people always been crazy. If you look up crime statistics besides murder, they beat us in everything, like 3 times as worse. Even with what we do compared to them in murder, it's not really close. Like we're barely beating them in how many murders committed per year. But if you look at like rapes, domestic violence cases, all of these violent things, even how we be talking about like black kids are bad because they got guns. Well, I ain't never heard of none of them really doing school shootings how them white kids do.
Mm-mm.
But we don't make that a thing for them. We don't say, oh, all these white people. Listen, historically speaking, we have never, I'm not saying we haven't participated in slavery in any way, but we have never went and participated in slavery amongst different people separately from ourselves. These people enslave each other. They enslave other people. Like they're historically, these are fucked up people. I don't get how we didn't got to the point where we saying like, no, niggas need to do better. Like we've been here for 200 years. You think nobody in that time frame was saying let's do better? That'd be a fallacy for us to
No,
ignore
no, no,
that,
no,
man.
no, no, no. We have always done better. But see, the thing about it is, when black people were doing better, we were doing better technically under conservative values. We were worried more about our family, the religion, the AME sign, the AME, like AME, just the church, period, was a bigger staple in our lives. And we did not actually run to the government like the not the nigga, like the field nigga, because we could do it on our own. So I find it mighty funny that the field nigga, this is where I think it boils down to envy, right? Because the field nigga criticizes the butler for their proximity to whiteness when they technically want the same adjacency. They want the same adjacency. They technically, what they're saying is, you in there with them white people, and we out here. We're gonna just, I guess what we're gonna do, run away to some more white people, because that's what they niggas end up doing. We're just running away to some more white people. Then maybe they get a chance to be a house nigga on that plantation. Cause that's what
Yeah,
that's what that's what that's what hood niggas was doing. Field niggas was doing.
that'd be a lie. Cause let's be
Man,
very
these
frank.
niggas
Listen,
look, hood niggas
let's
get
talk historical facts. They did not run to white people to white plantations. They ran to white people that were in areas where they didn't believe in that. And guess what them white people did? Said like, all right, we ain't gonna fuck with y'all. Go back y'all way. You feel me? That's why Canada, you don't have any very, like, I'm not saying there wasn't any racist things, but I'm saying it's not like the American history of racism there. Because like even with them white people having like problems with them, they still were like, nah, go do y'all. You feel me? Up north, they did do some. I will agree. They kind of went to a different plantation. However, the difference in the plantation was you got to go home at night. It wasn't nothing about being uh, white
exactly. They gotta
adjacent
go.
more than it is having the same human rights. Because let's be very frank, we weren't
Okay,
given human rights.
okay. When you say human rights, what human rights? Who are you trying to make your human rights equivalent to? Because you're a human, right? And
Yeah,
so, who are you trying to make your rights equivalent to call human
the other
rights?
humans on the world. I think it's. I'm not trying to get into science, but if we're being very frank, in my opinion, it's only 3 groups of humans in the world. It's Asians, white people, black people.
Exactly.
Everything
Yeah,
else is a
okay.
subgroup.
Okay. We can go. We can go with that. We can go with that, right? So
Mm.
theoretically, we're back to the field nigga trying to get his piece of the white pie too. I guess then, if that's the case, they're just mad that the butler has cornered his piece of the white pie that they actually really want.
I mean, that first of all, that's a lot. Like I said, equal rights. It doesn't mean that we want the same thing as you. We don't give a fuck what y'all got. Even if you look at the civil rights movement, it was never actually about laws passed. You do understand that they were marching saying we just want y'all to leave us the fuck alone. But the
They want it
government
separate but
said,
equal.
okay, for us to benefit off this, why don't we integrate them in our system? Because that'll boost our economy, which it did. You can look this up for facts. When they segregate, I mean, when they ended segregation, it boosted the American economy. However, black things started actually getting worse. So it wasn't for our benefit. It was just something. The house niggas, if we, my apologies, the house niggas. Let's be very frank. Them the ones who sat here and went to the NAACP and said, "Yeah, we'll take these civil rights laws and da, 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 da." Even if we're looking at DEI now, it literally helps mostly white people, white
Mm-hmm.
women very specifically. So
Mm-hmm.
even what we started our Civil Rights Act for, we never got that. But that was the house niggas agreeing. They were compromising. They weren't saying like, "Oh yeah, we want the same rights." They were saying we will compromise in order to feel we have those same rights. But I would implore anybody listening and you yourself to watch the Martin Luther King. He recanted his "I Had a Dream" speech, and he talks very specifically about how he
Mm-hmm.
understands at that point. This is probably about 10 years after most of the movement happened. He was about to die. He said, "Look, I know NAACP was incorrect. I sided with the wrong people." So like it isn't a thing about really being the same as them much as just having the same rights. If y'all watch it, y'all be able to walk down the street, make businesses, do this, that, and the third, but we got to stand in the middle of the street when y'all on the sidewalk and this, that, and the fifth.
Yeah, he talked about leading his people into a burning building or burning house. And I get it where he wanted to he wanted to pull back, right, from assimilation, right, at the rate that we were assimilating. So now we're right back at the fact that um we assume that these butlers just assimilate, because the thought is, if they didn't assimilate and they didn't act right, then they would be kicked out this house and be back in the field with other niggas, right? And that's the thing. That's where I disagree. Uh, I don't think that most butlers are just these ass kissing, do whatever you say, Negroes, whatever. I think that they are a very skilled set of people that are kept there for their skill set, and I just think that's just how that roll, because in their management of people, because
Uh,
a lot of the house niggas probably were kind of overseers to a certain extent.
no, they were. And that's my point. When you talk about what is their skill set, I'll agree. They're kept for the set of skills, which is, you said something earlier about like code switching is like what spies do. That's why
Hmm.
you're appointed the butler, the house Negro, because you're the person that they know. Oh, you look like them. You can infiltrate them. We can get the information we need, and you relay it to us. It's not that they're master builders. They didn't
Hmm.
have an actual better skill set than the field niggas. The further proof will be the field niggas are doing the work. The house nigga doesn't. So the fact that we talking about a skill set, well, we can clearly prove that the field niggas will have the better skill set. But in terms of what they want, in terms of a simulation, yes, the house nigga has a better skill set. Because guess what? You're going to conform to what they're asking you to. You're not going to buck against the system that they have set in place. Matter of fact, what you're going to do is try to tell, well, I'm not saying you, I'm saying as a butler, you will try to now tell the field niggas,
Hmm.
no offense, but it is kind of what you're saying. That's why I said I don't want you to take it this way. But now you'll be telling the field niggas, nah, it ain't really that it's bad. It's really that, you just got to get this certain type of skill to be utilized by them. Nah, every skill we have is utilized by them. But they
Okay.
want y'all in specific because y'all will convert the other ones. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely get that, and that's a great point. That is a great point, and I think that is where the argument kind of folds on top of it, on itself, because on one hand we say that the butlers don't want the field niggas to make it, but then on the other hand we say that the butlers want to convert the field niggas. And this is why I think that the butlers don't hate the field niggas. They just want to I do think that they want to convert them. I do think that is true. I do think that is true. I do think that the butlers want to convert the field niggas into a more pristine, because you can't, once you leave the field, you can't bring the same field filthiness into the house. You know what I mean? And I know this shit sounds crazy as we say it, right? It
Nah,
really
I'm
does.
okay with all of the talking points. That's why you see
Yeah,
I ain't personally went crazy, said nothing.
yeah,
I'm cool with everything you saying.
yeah. I mean, because when you really think about it, it sounds crazy, right? When you think about, okay, there's certain that's where the code. I think that's where the code switching comes into play. Like the shit that you were doing out in the field, once you make it in the house, can't stay the same. And we do this even with black people, because this was really black people running black people.
Hell no.
When the field nigga came into the house, that was there were black people that were really running the show. And black white people were just they were over there. I guess they were over there running the whole thing. But the black people are the ones that bought the niggas in from the field into the
Nah,
house.
nah. They had many. Listen, a house nigga is exactly what he's called, a house. He stays in the house. He ain't bringing shit from the field. But once you get in the house, he'll deal with you. Now, who had you across that field was the white overseers. You know, like you seen Django, how like they had that white dude, the one with the Bible, he killed it first. The one that was in the
Mm-hmm.
field whipping the girl. That's who your field overseers were. And that's my bigger point, even with this butler shit. In order for you to become a butler, you had to appease those people who clearly hated your people. So when we talking about like whether or not they want to convert them, first of all, they want to convert who they can, but that isn't everybody. The second thing would be when you talking about not bringing dirt in the home. Well, that's a lie, because then white men to go hunting, do everything, and yeah, they might take their boots off at the door, but they gonna have their dirty clothes through the house. The thing is, unlike them, we understand we can clean up after ourselves, but them instead they said, I ain't cleaning shit. I'm gonna make these black folk clean it. Like, so that's what I'm saying. It's not a it's I don't think it's really even a thing of whether or not like the butler shit is good or bad, bro. It's not good. The essence of what the butler is someone who says, I look like y'all, but I don't fuck with y'all. I want to break y'all culture. I want to break y'all ways. Let's be very frank. This is a black colonizer. I've
Mm-hmm.
been listening since earlier, even when somebody, I think it was you next level, that said something about like, I think when at the start of the show, how we do something, how we separate this, and that, and the third, and who do we, well, not who do we, but that's kind of what I got. Who do we take with us type shit? You can't take everybody, because no offense, some niggas are butlers, some niggas are spies. Like, me personally, I go by like actions, right? Maya Angelou made one of the greatest quotes I ever heard, and it's if somebody shows you who they are, believe them. If for 200 years, motherfuckers been showing us we don't fuck with y'all, we don't want y'all to advance, because like when we can point out these great black places, right? I'm gonna always use North Carolina, like Durham, Wilmington, uh, a lot of places that were just black. When they sat there and realized, oh, they getting a little powerful, what they do every time, go out their way to destroy us. Even
Well, that's
before
why.
segregation, people don't know financially the black economy was catching up with the white economy. That's the real key of segregation. I mean, desegregation, whatever you want to call it. That's why they integrated us, not because it was in our best benefit. It was because it was in their best benefit, because they allowed a competitor to grow within them.
I'm actually from North Carolina, yo, but I live in Texas.
Word.
I moved to Texas when I was 30, but I grew up in North Carolina all my life, Eastern North Carolina, actually. So I know
What, you
about
in
actually,
Jacksonville?
nah, Kinston.
Kinston, yeah, you from where ain't that where Brandon Ingram from?
Brandon Ingram from there, yeah, and
Yeah.
Stackhouse from there too. Yeah, Stackhouse,
Yep,
yeah.
Stackhouse too. Yep.
We used to play, but so North Carolina had, but in order for North Carolina to have that, we also got a lot of historical black universities, right?
Mhm.
Um, in order for us to have that, we had to push that elite shit, yo. Like we had to come out of the rice fields and the tobacco
Nah, that
fields and
ain't
the
true.
cotton fields.
Listen, look in our history. North Carolina, listen, black history for white people is never been important. Because why would they keep track of things that would be important to us to help us feel better, to help us know who we are, to make us see, oh, so you know what's the main difference today, and I'm gonna get back to this real quick, but the today between us and them, they can look out and see a bunch of politicians. They can look out and see just everything in a regular place and people being praised and successful. With us black people, the only people you see praised are entertainers. Make them
Mm-hmm.
white people happy, and we love you. Everything else, oh nah, yeah, you a black lawyer, that's what's up. Ain't nobody gonna give you that praise. But listen to me, when you look at our history, North Carolina is very important. Carolina, period, is very important to black people. It's one of the places that they gave to like it was a part of the whole 40 acres in the mule for the 6 months. And from there, they kind of let us do a lot of shit on our own, to be honest with you. Like from
Mm-hmm.
there, they just kind of didn't worry. By the time they came back to revert it, a lot of them white people just said, like, we don't even give a fuck. I'm not saying all of them did, but a lot of them did. They just said, like, man, we already y'all done told us to move. We done already moved. We don't give a fuck. You feel me? If anything, they may have took the paperwork and said, look, we'll take the ownership of the land, but they can stay there. Like, we really not sweating it. So from there, we started kind of making our own just black history out there. Yeah, with the schools, Wilmington, Wilmington, North Carolina had the first all black
Yeah,
delegate.
Wilmington. You got Ash. Believe it or not, Asheville was a black city in North Carolina in the
Oh no, I
mountains.
know.
Yeah, but the thing about it is the white people did burn it down,
Yeah,
and they kept some of the very historic buildings that we had built still to this day in Asheville. And what I'm saying is that all these black and what Asheville was running. Well, Asheville used to run liquor. They used to, them niggas used to run a lot of liquor, a lot of moonshine.
yeah,
They
moonshine. North
yeah.
Carolina made NASCAR.
To a certain to a certain extent, we definitely did because we was modifying them
Nah,
old
look
vehicles.
it up. That's why remember when NASCAR first came out, what was it called? The Winston Cup
You went,
in Winston Salem. You feel that's where
You
I'm
Winston
from.
Salem, North. Yep, you from Winston Salem?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, you from the Piedmont?
Now that's why I said I'm with the hood shit. Don't get me wrong. I overcame it. I got my intellect, but I still like. That's what I'm saying. Like me personally, I
So
don't
so
look at none of this shit as bad. I think we got the wrong mindset on a lot of shit. Like,
so let me
listen,
ask
no
you this,
group of
KT.
people in the world perfect, man.
Let me ask you this, KT. So
Mhm.
are you for like separation within the community, for a separation from like the house versus the field niggas, like the butlers versus the niggas or whatever.
Well, first of all, I believe like at this point we done got so fucked up. We done forgot it's more than just the butler. We got way more enemies than the but. It used to just be the house Negro when we got here, right? But what happened was now they said shit. If you a person of color, you black. Word. Like we got so many people here, like that's literally Arabs, but they like of African Arab descent, and they come here and they like, yeah, I'm black. Now they assimilating to our culture, rocking
Mm-hmm.
exactly what we using, no cap, using all our slang and our analogies. And meanwhile,
Mm-hmm.
they like that's what they doing in public. But then when you walk up to them like, what's good, my nigga? They like, hell no, I'm Ethiopian, cuz don't do that. Like, I ain't no nigga. You feel me? Like, so
Yeah.
it's much more than that. I believe in terms of separation. I believe we need separation. Period. I believe the house nigga could stop if we truly was able to separate, though. You feel me? And I know people will push back at this because I've had talks about this on places and things of that nature. But we need land. That's being very frank. You feel me? That's the difference between us as black people in America and any group anywhere. I don't want to hear that bullshit about, oh, y'all African Americans go back to no, we're not fucking African Americans. Like, I'm not saying our descent isn't African, but you do not call a Jamaican African. You get what I'm saying? Like, your descent ain't got nothing to do with what you are. We've been here so long. We have history, culture, lineage here now. We don't speak none of that stuff they speak over there. We speak English, being very frank. I think we don't realize we're a new group of niggas. Like, and we need to be able to have a nation state or something of that nature in order to actually be able to progress ourselves. We can't do it in this system. The system was built off of our backs via slavery. So why do people think somehow we gonna work with the system and shit gonna get better? I personally don't understand that. As I said, once a person shows you who they are, believe them.
Well,
So
I don't think that niggas. So at one point, all those black cities that we had in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Georgia, Florida, all these black cities that we had, right?
mhm.
That was a accumulation of black people. Because even if you go look at Tulsa, Oklahoma, We go look at when they were setting up their schools and setting up their law.
Yeah.
That was definitely all them niggas had on all the women, all the men and women and children that came out of those buildings. They had on suits and hats and shit. They
No, for
weren't
sure.
they weren't dressed in
Yeah.
no potato sacks and shit. You know what I
Well,
mean?
well,
These people definitely had they were well versed in tailoring. They were well versed in
No,
tailor.
they were cultured. Let's be very frank. Listen to me. Them same niggas wearing suits was cutting niggas. You seen what Bumpy Johnson wore? You seen what Frank Lucas and them wore? Like that was just the culture. Now we disintegrated more, and I do agree because I heard somebody say earlier something about traditions. We definitely need more tradition. But we cannot stay within the things that have proven they don't work for us. How long do you sit here and say one day Jesus gonna come back to save us and just keep praying? Well, shit, we've been doing it for a couple thousand while. I ain't saying that he ain't real. I ain't trying to get on motherfuckers about what they doing, but I'm saying, how long do you not see the motherfucker pop up before you say, all right, hey, we need to go a little, maybe just spiritualists. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe in God. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
put nobody down for their religion. Me personally, I believe in God, but I find you seek God for yourself through experience. No
Hmm.
book. God wouldn't put book in a man's hand. I mean, a book in a man's hand and give you all the answers because that's not God. He wants you to earn the knowledge you have, not just be given. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, them people too. They weren't experienced based off the book knowledge. Let's be very frank. They were they were understanding off the experiences they had. They said, okay, we look at these white people, we see how they move. We gonna move like them so we can do business amongst them, but we gonna keep our own cultures and move how we do. We
So
got the
my
juke
only
joint spot
argument,
still. You feel me? Fuck what they talking about.
so my only argument was or is that it wasn't. So the argument is almost like a bunch of field niggas went out and created Durham, Apple, Asheville, Little Washington, and East North Carolina,
Mhm.
and Wilmington, and all of that.
Mhm.
The argument is almost like it was just a bunch of field niggas that did that.
Nah, it was us together.
It was
See, it was
exactly
listen, what it was it was the field niggas who did build it, right? But it was the house niggas who said, you know what? We free. I understand them white folks. And I ain't even gonna sit here and tell y'all to become them white folks. I'ma use what I know about them white folks against them white folks. So now we gonna do business with these white cities out here. Cause I
And
can like
that's
speak
where
they
the
lingo.
spy part comes into play. Because we often act like the butler only spies one way on niggas. And then that's the YouTube argument.
No,
Oh,
in
you
America
butler.
they do. Let's be very
Well,
frank. In America they do because in order for us to advance in this society, you have to inherently do that. But that's why I said if we separated like back then, how because let's be very frank, people don't understand. Like they did let them do government, they did kind of play a part, but they kind of like let them do their own thing. But then, like I
mhm.
said, they started realizing like, hold up, these niggas starting to own shit. Like they starting to get a little pull out here. Like and just like anything, you could see projection wise. You get what I'm saying?
But
Like
we
how much
held on
more.
to it though. Cause like you from Winston, right? Y'all,
Mhm.
you probably got some land out there in the Piedmont.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
See, I'm from Eastern North Carolina. I got some land on the East Coast.
Mhm.
Or or out there on you know how Kingston is. That shit
Yeah,
little. It's these little country hood towns
yeah.
with like agricultural
Patches.
land around it.
Yeah, it's patches of the. It's basically just it's waiting to be built. If we being
It's
frank.
waiting to be built. So we
Mhm.
got land out there, but the thing about it is, I fucked up and decided to move to Texas, right? So I ain't even gonna lie, I still got my shit. I mean, the family, we still got the shit.
Yeah,
We still hold. I'm just down here in Texas right now, and I
it
got
ain't up kept
responsible.
though.
Well, no, it is up kept. Now
Okay.
we definitely because I'm going back to eight. I probably do some. I probably film a little bit, but I'm going back to 18th to do some shit. To do some shit there. But we definitely. I want to put some pigs back there. Come on, my mom. I got my mom and my family back in North Carolina. I'm the
Mhm.
only nigga that decided to come down here into Texas
Not for
and to
sure.
get
That's how I
into
am.
some shit. You
I
know what
get
I'm
it.
saying? I had to
All my
stretch out.
family still in Winston, bro.
Yeah, you live too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I had to leave North Carolina because I felt like that shit won't. I felt like I was stuck, my nigga. Like I felt like that shit. I was like, damn, my nigga. Like ain't shit. Like
No, I agree. I listen. I'll be very frank. That's why I said from the beginning, I'm with the hood nigga shit because I would not deny and say that I wasn't. I was the hoodest of hood nigga. I got a very long rap sheet. I ain't gonna deny it. I did much time, but it was all as a young child, like 20. By the time I was 21, I did 2, 3 year bids. You get what I'm saying? So by the time I'm in
mhm.
my 25, like, you know, most of the gang type shit, they wilding. You feel me? Me personally, I already understood, like, nah. You feel me? So now I'm starting to straighten up in my mind type shit. And I'm with you, bro. I said the same thing, like, bro, I stay here, I'ma die. Because like just because you get out the streets don't mean the streets agree with you. You get what I'm
Man, I
saying?
was
Like,
wild in
so
North Carolina. So I left, and then cause I mean, it's really when you in a small, like when you in those small towns, like Kingston and shit, you know, you wild, man. Everybody fucking with the same, you know, everybody
oh yeah,
limited amount
everybody
of
got the same
limit,
squeeze. You know
yeah.
how that go.
You know how and it's getting crazy. You getting a little bit of bread. You the only nigga around there in a sports car. Cause you know, so you know saying went to school, you know what I'm saying, got your little education, you working in the hospital with the white girls and shit. You got, you know what I'm saying? It gets crazy, right? So that's why we become one of those butler niggas. And that's just why I like to speak on the envy part, right? Because I felt the envy from niggas because they was trying to put me in that butler position. Niggas can try to put you in that butler position when you move up. I think Mike Epps was even talking about this shit, right? One time. Mike Epps was like, yeah, I used to, you know what I'm saying? He was talking about he used to play with his nose and like do that white girl or whatever. And he was like, he used to do that shit because he had survivor's remorse. Because when he went back to the hood, the niggas didn't fuck with him no more. And they only rock with him when he was doing that white girl with them and tearing his life apart. So that's the reason. And that's another thing. The reason why you see a lot of these butler type actions. Because I do think some niggas have survivor's remorse and then
Mhm.
they treat niggas like that, right? Look at all these rappers that try to go back to their hood. Chief Keef can't even go back to his hood. I
Mhm.
think Chief Keef left Chicago and don't even didn't look
Yeah, he
back.
been in LA since I think it was 2015. Like
So
he
now
hasn't.
is he a butler now?
No, but this is what the difference, and this is why you ain't never heard nobody call Chief Keef no Butler. He still fuck with Chicago. He got nothing but Chicago niggas in LA. See, it's the difference between saying like even with your Mike F situation, right? Yeah, he ain't going back and doing drugs, but is he going back and improving them either? So yeah, now people gonna look at you and be like, man, you kind of. And I do agree with you. It is a lot of times we have like survivor's remorse, but that's the thing. You should, you should. Like I don't even know why we questioning that. If you was in the army and your man's and then your whole fucking platoon died, is it wrong to say you got survivor's remorse? Like you know what I'm saying? Like or
But
survivor's guilt? Nah,
is it your fault that you survived though?
nah. Nobody said it's your fault.
And
But
that's
it
what
do make you
survivor's
feel a
remorse
way because
do.
you may say, damn, one of these people could have been something even bigger than me. They could have helped do more than what I can do. That ain't saying regret you being here, but you should take in, that's the experience I'm talking about with the God shit. Like you gotta learn from your situations. It's nothing wrong with that. And the bigger thing with us as black people would be like, you should take it upon yourself, especially if you're in a position that many of us never will be or get close to. Yeah, you should look back and say, like, all right, how I get him some type of help.
But then if the butler does that and he tells you you're gonna have to change this, that, and the third to get to where I am, now we got a problem with that too, because that's called assimilation.
Yeah.
So when you move up, you damned if you do and you damned if you don't. Because
No,
when
I
you move
mean,
up and you tell someone what they need to do to come up, now you trying to get them assimilate, be more white. When that really means be more better. Because you getting better don't make you black people gotta stop this shit. Like the Mormons are often believe this when you go to heaven, you'll become white. Just because you go come up in life don't make your skin get brighter. And I think we've seen it even with Beyonce, Sammy Sosa, and all these other people. Whereas they get more popularity, they start bleaching their skin, right? So what y'all saying? This is where I will say what y'all saying ain't a lie. But every black person that comes up don't bleach their skin.
That's a fact.
I
That
mean,
happened more in Jamaica, don't it?
Yeah, they were doing it. They were doing it big in Jamaica. They were bleaching their what up, kids. They were doing
Yo,
it big in
Pastor, yo,
Jamaica. They
salute
were
to the
bleaching their
platform.
skin. As their jobs got better, they bleached their skin. As Beyonce started doing more, as Beyonce went up, started bleaching her skin. So
Yeah.
to a certain extent, the field niggas ain't lying when they call out certain niggas for doing that.
But
But
do
every nigga that come up don't bleach their skin.
nah,
but do you,
bleaching your
But
skin would be the physical form, but again, you can whitewash yourself.
yeah,
You get what I'm saying?
that's what I think JP is speaking to, the whole whitewashing of like how people whitewash themselves or really distance themselves from other black people.
Facts. And that's what I was really about to get into. Like, it's not about the fact that you don't have to bleach your skin. I mean, yeah, you don't have to bleach your skin in order to be whitewashed, bro. And even like, no offense, it's it's hard not to be. I think you don't see how much you saying up here some whitewash, because even how you were saying, well, you got to be good in order to advance. Listen to me. Let's be very frank. Everything black people do, we make it, right? And then we're shamed for it. And then when we as black people start saying, yeah, that is shameful, white people run right up in that motherfucker and take over.
oh excuse me, yo. Hey yo, fam, I have to totally like disagree with you. It's like the good in black people, like the good part, like how we used to like read and you know what I'm saying, and like be informed and like used to dress nice and all of that stuff when we used to come freaking come out the house dressed well into a press and stuff like that. Yo, fam, I really don't think that we promote that no more. I think that we promote the more degenerate shit. Freaking get promoted more in these spaces. Niggas like JP get promoted more in these spaces than a dude like fucking Angry Man or freaking Corey Love in our spaces. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, JP do got some good talking points or whatever. But as soon as when you turn that camera on, that nigga doing some dumb shit, bro.
Who
Like,
we talking
like
about,
that
JP for
shit don't
president?
link up with me, bro.
We talking about
Like,
JP for president?
yeah, hell yeah, I'm talking about that
Okay,
foul
okay.
ass nigga.
Nah, yeah, bro be wildin'. I done been on a couple
That nigga
panels
be
with him and shit.
wilding. So I'm
I was on
saying,
Brownie's
like,
show and
hey, yo,
Bomb
fam,
Chase show
if
with
you're
him.
going to talk
Yeah,
good about what you're doing in these spaces with all your talking points, at least show me something about that, though.
but can you
At the least, my nigga, when you get out the bathroom, wash your fucking hands and flush the toilet. At the least.
For
but when
sure.
it pertains to like this situation, like far as the whole conversation that he kind of brought up, far as the Butler versus the field nigga, can we disassociate the messenger from the message?
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yes,
hold on, hold
sir.
on, hold on.
Yes, sir.
Well, the butler's gonna wash their hands. The field nigga just might grab that chicken with pure soil.
Nah,
This nigga, this
listen,
nigga
the
pastor
butler will
is
wash his
wild.
hands in front of his
But
other black people,
Oh,
but behind doors,
the field niggas eat with
yeah,
dirty fingernails. That's a
you got a
fact.
point. You got a
no,
point. You got
that's
a
what.
point.
Listen, that's the point though. The field nigga gonna do. He gonna be him. The butler is gonna wash his hands only in front of the other niggas to make it a point of, oh yeah, look, I'm cleaner than you niggas. But when he go home with his kids, that shit dirty.
No, the butler's gonna
He ain't
wash his
washing his
hands. The
ass.
butler's gonna wash his hands.
Hey, listen, I want to make a good point. Butlers are following people who were so like, I'm not even being funny. I don't care if somebody take this as racist. I'm not. I'm being very frank. These people were so stupid and dirty. They literally almost they killed over a third of their population off not just washing their ass and burying dead people, bro.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay,
So
but
they had a plague, right? And black people, we were the ones that taught them to wash their damn hands and ass should not live with the animals. So the fact that we have to go back and reteach niggas in the field that shows how wayward and how far they have lost their way.
But
So
as
you
I
have
said,
to
we're
wash
not
your
the.
hands in
I
front of the
can't
field,
lie.
nigga.
I didn't make that point to say nothing about black people in particular. We're
No, but
not
I
those
am though.
niggas.
I am though.
Nah,
You
but listen,
got
we're
to.
not those niggas. We're not the African Moors. We're a different group. We have been not assimilated, but changed. We don't have that same. We had to invent a different culture,
Okay.
way, traditions here. Even how y'all talking about niggas wearing suits, they wasn't doing that shit in Africa. You
Okay,
feel
but
me?
Okay. So we
okay,
a
when
new
you
people,
saying
right?
wearing suits and all that, are you saying like mostly like the butlers or house niggas or whatever? You think they submitted or conformed to like white society?
Nah,
No,
yo,
the butlers definitely
because
have,
even
but
the gangsters,
the suit wearing wasn't about butlers. The
right?
butler
Okay.
shit, that's nigga shit. That's the field nigga. Cause he made it hip.
The
It
field
wasn't
nigga
nothing
is
about
not the
whether or not
suit
like it was
guy.
even huh?
The field nigga
gangsters
is
wore suits
not the
too,
suit
Pastor.
guy.
Come on, bro. Freaking gangsters wore suits.
I wouldn't. But see, this is the problem with this argument. I said
Like
this
gangsters
earlier.
wore suits. What you talking about?
So, and I talked about this earlier, James. When they had that argument in the manosphere against the suits versus the
The
niggas that didn't wear suits, right?
we're talking about the educated lanes versus the
Yeah, the
you know what
educated
I mean?
lane versus the lame, right? And we
Right.
find out that a lot of these niggas got a lot of the same characteristics. The same niggas that was preaching was stabbing niggas. You act like Nat Turner was a preaching stabbing nigga. Like so these
Yeah,
like
yo,
yo.
but he would be considered a house nigga because he got closer to the white man, and like necessarily, yo, he wasn't considered a freaking slave at that point, yo. He was free. He was free
Nat
in the
Turner was
beginning.
so close to the white people that they wanted him
So
to
was he
preach
a field nigga
Christianity.
or a house nigga?
He was
Because he
a
was gangster at the end of
Bro,
the
Nat
day.
Turner listen to me. I'm not gonna lie to
he
you.
was a
He was Trump
butler.
that made sense.
He
Do
was a
that make
butler.
sense?
Nat
No,
Turner
he
was
was
a
Trump that
butler.
made sense. Do that make sense? He really on his own type time. White people respected him that he was like, nah, I don't really fuck with y'all. And just like
But
we was
some
talking about earlier with the Panthers, it was white people who sided with the Panthers. That wasn't about no kidnap. Shut up. But yeah, no, it was
So
white people
I
just
was
really was
wilding,
like,
right?
we fuck with
I was
y'all.
wilding. But
Rock
Nat
with y'all.
Turner was a
but
butler. Jack
some
Johnson, even though they made a whole
Jack
law for
Johnson
that
slept with a
nigga.
lot of white.
That
Yeah,
nigga was a
Jack
butler,
Johnson was a
nigga.
he was a
Bro, this
butler
is a
in the
black
field,
man
nigga.
fucking white women at a time where it's illegal. You think this butler
Right.
actions?
That nigga
Yes,
didn't care, yo.
yes.
That nigga wore
Stop.
suits.
That's what I'm
That
saying.
nigga
Y'all
wore
make
suits and
now
drove
what y'all
fancy
trying to do is
cars.
say that anybody's successful. Now, maybe today, currently, but back then, no. It wasn't nothing they could do to stop him from being successful. You want to know why? Because they really wasn't, they was letting it, they wanted the white people wanted to see this black giant get beat the fuck up, but he wasn't.
Yeah, that's
You
a
couldn't
yeah.
prevent that.
But
So,
the
but
whole
yo,
but the
when
whole
he was
thing, yo,
sleeping with
hold
those
on, real
white
quick,
women,
real quick.
who was sleeping with those white women, you don't think 20, 30 of those white men could have come up with their rifles and shotguns and
Right, yeah. Well, you know
they,
what I'm
they
saying?
see
Oh
if
no,
they
they could
really
have, but we talking about New York City, where this is now that they're actually kind of more enforced on their illegal shit. You feel me? Like if you do some fucked up shit, they still gonna take you to court, do all that. You'll still get your time. We not
Jack
talking about some
Johnson
southern
was
shit.
he was a butler. He got pulled over one time in his car and gave the white officer a tip. He gave the officer a tip.
You said he
That
gave
nigga
the
was a
officer who?
butler.
Nigga was a butler
Uh,
gangster, man. Word up,
you said
shit.
he gave the officer who?
They gave him a
He
tip.
said he gave officer a tip.
So back then
What
you used
that
Like
to
more
mean?
back then
money.
you
White
used to
man,
go
More
thank you, good
more
job. Get out my face. Like
back then
this
giving the officer
not
some.
butler shit. The butlers receive the tip. They don't give the tip. That's what I'm saying. Now y'all trying to make it that all
nah.
black people were butlers in order to get. Today we can say that because today you will have to. Like I said, if we're looking at all entertainment things, when's the last time we've heard a nigga say something about anything black in
The
entertainment?
butlers had the white man's money, as we say, right? And how do you think they got the
The
white
butler
man's
ain't had no
money?
goddamn money.
Yes, they do.
No, the
What?
fuck they
You
didn't.
wildin'.
When did we
You
ever see the but?
wildin'.
So
We
hold
talking
on,
about house niggas,
hold on.
house
So the
niggas,
hood nigga,
house
the
niggas
field
didn't
nigga
have
broke,
no fucking money.
the field nigga broke, and the house nigga broke. Both of us can't be broke.
Yes, both of you niggas. That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't get that. That's the bigger thing. We don't realize, regardless of what type of nigga you are, to them white people, you're just a nigga. You not getting no good.
But
Guess
we
what?
talking
If
about
this nigga
amongst
listen,
our culture though, bro. Amongst our people, we know
we
what they
didn't
think
make no house
already.
niggas.
We
We didn't
already
make
know
no
what they think.
separation.
We talking about all pastors said though. How can the field nigga and the butler nigga be broke within our community of this topic right here? We already know what the white man think. We already know they don't give a fuck about us. So like
But in
Pastor
this
said though,
conversation,
how
the
both of
butler
us can
has
be
more
broke.
money. In this
And
conversation,
the
the
butler
butler
still
has
coming
more
Oh, you
around
talking
you
money.
about in
field niggas and
comparison of who?
showing
Yeah,
love.
yeah, the
The
butler
butler
money,
has
but
more
it's
money
no
than the
money
field
in the
nigga in
big
this
scheme of
conversation.
things.
Right.
Y'all get what I'm saying? Listen, we talking about a record label, right? Let's say I'm Playboy Cardi. I got a little nigga signed to me, and then it's a label head above me. The little dude, he worth like $500,000. Me, I'm worth 10 million. The label exec is worth $1 billion fucking dollars. What you made, yeah, you rich compared to them niggas. You're not rich
Exactly.
We
compared to
already know
those
that though.
motherfuckers.
We already know that. We
So
already know
Cardi,
what the
so
white man
Cardi,
getting.
so Playboy Cardi is going to be the house nigga, and them niggas under
Right.
him are the field niggas. Like
Right.
50 Cent, like 50 Cent.
No, them the field niggas he could convert.
No,
The
okay, you can
weaker
say that.
field niggas.
Okay,
Let's keep
okay,
it
you can
very
say
gangster.
that. Like 50 Cent was the house nigga, and
Uh-huh.
G Unit was the field niggas.
Hmm?
Yayo and all them niggas was field niggas.
Yeah, yeah,
Tony,
no, I'm taking all right. As I said from the beginning, the point of all
Let's
field,
keep it
I mean, house
real.
niggas would be to convert those they can convert, but they ain't converting most of them motherfuckers. That's the point. Yeah, you can get you a group of field niggas that like, cause like, let's be honest, we've been taught in this society to advance, we need the money. And I'm not saying I'm disagreeing with that, but I will disagree and say you don't need money, you need skill. Skill equals money. We're only paying for things we can't do or don't want to do. So if you have the skill that could take in that space, that's what gets you the money. But anyway, uh, we're taught that we need to get that. So yeah, it's gonna be a couple field niggas like shit,
Why we
fuck it.
can't
You know what I'm
use
saying? It's better than trapping.
yo yo KT? I just want to understand your logic, yo. How come that we can't use the fucking house niggas though? Because the house niggas got a more understanding of what the mindset of the white man trying to do though. You know
No,
what I'm
you
saying?
got listen.
Sometimes
That's what I'm saying. This is what's kind
you
of
gotta
stupid
use
about it.
them niggas.
Like at this point, it shouldn't be house niggas and field niggas. Cause at this point, we all know how the white people work. It don't matter if you in the field. It
I
don't
don't know
matter
how
if
them
you
rich
in the
white
house.
dudes work though.
We all know how the white people work. 1 second, please.
nah, because the niggas are
This
always hating on the house nigga. Look, think about this, right? Let's actually use Anton for an example, right?
yo, I was just thinking that, bro. I was just
You
thinking
got way more field niggas making content talking bad about him than him talking bad about the field niggas. Matter of
right.
fact, he'll
So
take a couple of field niggas and give them a show or a job. They just mad that they can't uphold the
I
standards.
was thinking that shit all week.
It's
Yeah,
that
it's
envy.
more house
The
niggas
envy
on here than
comes
any field
because
niggas.
the
Any
envy
of us
comes
get
because
listen.
field niggas cannot keep standards. Field niggas need
Mm,
overseers.
It's
House
so
niggas,
mm.
how
house
do we
niggas, you
make
can let.
overseers? That's what I'm saying. You can't make a
Pastor,
comment and
yo,
just say that.
that'd
So
be
how
a
do we
great
make the
show,
overseers?
Pastor. Pastor,
So
that'd be a
so
dope show, Pastor.
so but
How did you
is this
make field?
showing
How do we make
more?
the overseers?
What you say? Come again?
I'm just asking. How did we make the overseers? You saying field niggas made the overseers? How did we? Because we were all field niggas, right? It wasn't. It didn't start with just house niggas and field niggas. It started with everybody was in the field. So how did we do? So you trying to tell me that we sat here and said, you know what? We need niggas to look over us. No.
Yes, because the field niggas was the ones that could not. Y'all keep saying the field niggas built this and the field niggas did that. Them niggas had to be looked over and whipped and kicked into action. House niggas
Okay.
knew how to get it and knew what to
You're
do.
lying. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
That's
How
what
am
I'm
I
okay.
saying. You're
lying?
lying though.
KT.
Listen,
Why?
the field niggas was one building things. The
Then
house
why were they
nigga
getting
didn't
whipped
build
then?
shit. This is my point. You
If
clinked
these
the
niggas is,
house.
how were they doing? Yo, why was they getting their ass whooped outside and
Because
niggas
they
inside
weren't
won't
being
get their
I
asses
mean, they
whooped?
were not
Pastor
being
K.
submissive.
It
That
ain't got
ain't
Yeah.
nothing
got
to do
shit to
with
do with
Okay,
race.
submission.
It
okay.
ain't
That's
got
what I
shit
It
was
to
ain't
do with
getting.
got
not
nothing to do
doing the
with
That's
work.
what I was
submission.
getting to.
Do you know how to do
See,
your
Pastor,
job?
the thing was is when people say butler, that's a house nigga. It's really associating with submissiveness as a man.
Wow. No,
Because
wow.
Okay.
Because you
like
didn't do
it
no
goes to
fighting.
what you
You
just
just
said, like
agreed.
why
That's
they
why you
wasn't
made it in
getting
the
whooped.
house. They said that's a good nigga right there.
Exactly, and like he said, like why the people in the house wasn't getting whipped like that because they were submitting and conforming to what the white. I mean, they were just conforming.
Or
Nah,
they had, or
not
they,
listen.
or they had a higher skill set
I got
and
pushback.
knew how to keep this thing rolling.
Right.
As I
Yeah, I
said,
find it mighty funny when we
this where
came
we
out
get
of
into
slavery.
lies.
When
Because
we came
higher
out of
skill
slavery,
set would be
who do
you
you
being
think
able to
started all
build.
these? Who do you think started up all these Rosewoods and Asheville's and
Butlers.
it was
Butlers.
A lot of
butlers.
the
It
field
was
guys
butlers.
because a lot of those towns was built off of those skilled trade
But
workers
who had the
that's from the
mindset though,
field.
yo? Who had the blueprint?
To
Who
put a
had the
city
You
blueprint?
didn't
together.
need the
To put a
blueprint. That's
Put
why
the
city
we
city
started with
together.
together.
dirt
Yo,
roads
first
and
you got to
shit.
come up with the
Y'all get this
mindset.
for real.
A
Like we
bunch
That
of
started
was
with
the
workers
dirt
don't
roads,
put
that
a
was the
y'all.
city
buck.
together. A bunch
That
of
was the buck.
working ass field niggas don't put a city together. Kills is
E-
right.
Come on now.
Everybody that was in the field just wasn't no working ass field
Yes,
niggas.
they were.
No, they weren't. That's why they
Them
were
niggas
getting
with the
beat. Niggas was reading
cashiers,
books. You know
the
how it was
grocery
illegal
store
for you as
niggas.
a black person to read a book? They were still saying, we gonna read the book. All right, nigga, keep your ass in the field. Your ass, you talking about the house niggas. If you saying that this is what your group is, it's because they said, all right, man, so we ain't gonna read no book. What you tell me? Them bad niggas? Yeah, them niggas is lazy.
The field niggas is the one
Missing the
that's
point.
against education.
Missing the point.
The field niggas are the ones that are
The
against
field
education
niggas
because
don't
they
want
never
to
got
read.
one.
Yeah, yo, JP say that shit all the time, my nigga.
It's
You
the
can't
field
Yeah,
teach
niggas
me
that
JP
shit in
couldn't.
the
ain't, I'm
book.
not
Y'all, so
JP
now
though.
y'all
I
saying that the
don't want to
field niggas out
read.
there with some lanterns. The field niggas had lanterns out there reading. No, the house niggas the one that had lanterns and electricity and shit to
No, the
read.
women
To
taught the
teach
field
them
niggas
other
how
the
to
white
read
woman
though.
taught
What
them niggas
about
how to
those?
read.
But I don't want to get into that.
Yeah, the
But
white exactly no the white woman had taught them niggas how to read. Reason why all of our teachers were white when we were little, and then them house niggas taught field niggas how to read.
No,
And
you're
then
hey,
lying.
you
yo,
get
Listen,
niggas
pastor,
like
hey,
no,
yo,
JP
pastor,
listen,
yo,
that's
listen.
mad
You
at
know
niggas
what
because
butler
they
most
can
don't
likely
get
read.
no
made you
credit.
get in the house, right?
The
If the
butler never
master
get no
raped your
credit,
mother,
bro.
listen to me.
The butler
What?
don't get no credit.
Listen, nah, because you're not credible. Listen, what
So
happened was
you
Niggas
most
are
of the
so
time
you
bugging.
think
the master raped your mother. Y'all had a
Wow.
child. He ain't even want to claim you, but he ain't want to treat you bad, so he put you in the house. But guess what? When you talking about the white women teaching people to read, guess who they're cheating with? The field nigga. Because
no
your
so
ass ain't got good nigga dick.
no
Pause. No homo. That's how
so
they
you
looking
think
at it though.
the
You see how
Shit,
he
field
Oh,
niggas
saying, cause
nigga,
we
we
over
was the
here
yeah,
ones
this
that
nigga
was.
entertaining
Hey,
wildin'.
yo,
you.
if
Yeah,
you
I
You get
think
know
they
what
was
I
that.
mean?
getting, if
I
you
Everybody
know
else
think,
that,
be hitting the
bro.
yo,
spotlight.
see, you believe that they was going to getting this nigga out the
You better go
field,
watch the
giving him a
Mandingo movie.
bath, and
Well, we
and they
looking at
wasn't
it
With the
right
looking.
now.
butlers.
Oh, you was
You see
wilding, my
all
nigga.
these white
So
women. I'm
why
talking
do
about they
to this
daddy
day,
hate them fucking a nigga, and they
to
love
this
fucking
day,
them
why do
because that's how
white
they
women
always been. It's inherently they thing.
look more white women are dating butlers than hood niggas? They wait, look,
Cap,
y'all niggas, they yes, straight up,
cap.
yo. That's always been the
They no,
case.
you right too, because that's what white women do, right? They date somebody that's gonna take care of them, and they getting beat down by the hood nigga.
Nah, the thing
Yeah,
about it, when
oh
I say
yeah,
That's
date,
how it is in Texas.
when I
y'all want to
say
get in
date,
divorce rates with white
look, when
people.
I
You know
say
this shit
date,
high too.
when I say date, I'm using the same. I'm just saying, I'm cleaning it up. But
Okay.
pretty much what I mean, they fucking with niggas. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
And white women are fucking niggas that they have proximity to.
Facts.
That's straight
Facts.
up. They always have.
They don't have
Facts.
proximity to none of us.
Look. If you look at
And
that,
guess
let's
what?
look at
Just
life,
like
right?
you, just
Let's
like
look at
any of
life.
us, we
Let's
go
look at
seek the
life,
things
right?
we aren't used to.
Let's look
Nobody
at.
wants to go get the boring shit that you're used to. You already know how that shit work. Even if you're black and you're from a good part of town, well, I know how the rest of these white boys act. You gonna act just like them because you trying to appease them.
No, we don't.
They're gonna go to the
exactly
We have
hood where
our
you know your
whole
mama always say,
exactly
"Don't go over
hood
there."
house niggas have a whole. Let's go to the movie Life, right? That nigga can't get right. He was a butler ass nigga. He was treated way better than everybody else because he
Bro,
could play
shut up.
baseball.
nah
Shut
he had a
up.
disability.
He was hold on. He was a nigga? Or he was a field nigga?
Bro, he couldn't get
The
right.
only
Y'all
house
talking about
nigga
hood niggas
on
ain't
Yeah,
life
getting
yo,
right.
he,
Niggas
he
get
was
mad
a
as fuck.
field nigga, yo,
what's
but
the
yo, he
old
was
guy with the
funny.
gun?
But
He was with the
so he
goals.
was a field nigga that
Yeah,
became a
yo, he
house
was a
nigga.
field nigga.
He became a
Nah,
house nigga though because he could play
nah, he
baseball
was
real
a
good,
house
right?
nigga, but he slept with
He
a
ain't
white woman
become
that
no
and
house
got
nigga.
her
Yo, he was
pregnant.
in jail, brother. This is the
Yeah.
antithesis of what y'all
The
trying to
only
explain.
That
house
Is
nigga,
a
they
nigga.
let
judgment.
that nigga
My man
out
was
of
in
jail to play
jail, couldn't breathe.
baseball.
He could play
Right,
baseball.
yo. So yeah, yo, he was a failed nigga. Well, then yo, he became a house nigga
Became a
then, yo,
house
because
nigga.
Nah,
They
we
let that
y'all
nigga
now
out
y'all
of
making
jail.
up a
yeah, yo,
story.
because he was in line with the white folks. The white
It
folks
was
used him
only
to
it
play
No,
was
the
only
white
baseball.
folks
one
is
fit
in
it
line
was
with him
only
because
one
what they
house
say,
nigga
boy,
on
that
life.
boy hit a ball like we ain't never seen. He ain't say, shit, I'm trying to go chill with them white people. Hell nah. The white woman came over there, threw him some pussy, and the white man said, shit, we'll save you with baseball if you come work with us.
That's
N-
what I'm
It,
Nah,
saying.
that ain't no, nah, that ain't no, listen, that's where did he compromise?
That nigga was
the only guy was
compromised
the
in
Where did he
overseer.
compromise?
when he started taking that attention for playing the baseball, running around with the white woman,
Left his niggas
biracial
behind.
babies. This nigga wanted to be with the white people.
This nigga
Word.
lying.
That nigga left all his homies behind,
He
son.
left
Man,
all
shut
them
the
niggas.
hell up.
That
Them
nigga got
niggas
He
was
left all
very
survivor's
them niggas
good.
remorse.
behind.
Listen, he was already playing baseball and very
The
good
nigga
at it.
said,
And
"Fuck
then
you
somebody
niggas."
comes up to you and say, shit, that you ain't even asked them. He ain't even asked them like, hey, y'all come look at me. None of that shit.
But
They
Why
said,
come he
we
didn't
gonna
stay?
come
Why
look
come he
at
didn't
you.
stay?
And
it
then they
was
said, we gonna give you freedom and pay you. Just keep doing this same shit you was
Right.
already doing before we ever met you.
but the thing is the only house nigga on life was the overseer black dude, the one that kept the
Oh,
gun, who was
yeah.
counting and
That's a
everything. That
fact.
was the only
That nigga
house.
repeated everything his boss said, Jack. Everything his boss said, that nigga repeated that shit.
That's the house nigga. That is a
Are
prime
you happy,
example of the house
boss?
nigga.
Yes, I'm happy,
Okay,
boss.
okay,
Of course, that
okay.
gun line.
The prime example of a house nigga like what like I guess what KT was speaking of, and even
Mhm.
JP was Samuel L.
Django.
Jackson in Django. You,
Facts.
you know that like how he catered his life was only how his life
Mm.
was because how he catered and submitted to the white man.
I
Mm.
think they created a character
So
like that.
you don't think that was a true
I
person?
need to go
No, no,
rewatch
no.
that.
People
So
like that.
I do think that there were some what
No,
you
I'm talking
call
about. Do you think
butlers.
there's people like that right now?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
a lot.
Yeah,
It's a lot. This is
yeah,
the
yeah.
problem. I think y'all
I
don't
agree.
realize most people are like that because most of us have said, okay, at this point for us to advance, we gonna get money. In order to get money, you gotta appease them white folks. Just like I said, entertainment, rap, whatever y'all want to talk about. You ain't heard no nigga saying stop killing, stop anything. Like none of this shit. Because it's just like whatever. If I'm making money, shit, you know what I'm saying? Fuck it.
Well, to a certain extent, you got to lead by example. And if these field niggas
Uh-huh.
can't see a nigga doing better with their life and want to do better with their life, what is his
Mm.
That's a
what is
lie.
his well
I
no
give you a
what is
prime example of a field
mhm.
nigga right now who did a lot. Like, but that's what I'm saying. In the system we're in, that it'll never work. LeBron James. LeBron James, Section 8, Mama thought, and even when he in the NBA. Prime hood
Mhm.
nigga
Mm.
field nigga example. Big
But it was
gigantic
butlers
out here.
butlers that pretty much took care of him and got him there.
Yeah, and I'll even agree with that. But one thing I will say is LeBron always said something. And even beyond that, LeBron that went back, made schools in the hood,
Hmm.
public schools too,
Right.
not no private
That's a
shit.
Hmm.
fact.
You know what I'm saying? Shit to go back and help the hood.
He became
But
a butler.
I
LeBron
agree with that
became
to
a
certain extent.
butler.
I say right now today he done became a butler for sure. But
See,
he
nah, see,
tried.
here we go.
That's the point. He
You
tried to he
need you
tried to
gotta
do the
use the
things to
butler
go back
then.
and
You
help
gotta
the
use
hood,
the butler.
and then he kind of realized it
Don't
don't
abuse
work
the
under
butler.
that system.
Exactly. Don't abuse the butler. Use the butler. Come on,
Don't
dog.
abuse
Like
the
this is
butler because
crazy.
everybody get used though, but don't abuse the butler though.
Come on, man.
Come
Man,
on,
Butler
man.
need
Ain't
his
nothing
ass
wrong with
whipped.
that,
That's the
brother.
problem. Just like them white
Y'all
folks. You
niggas
ain't
like
used to
to
know. You
abuse
ain't
the
used to no
butler.
struggle, man.
That's the problem.
See, every time see y'all be wanting to rob a butler,
Right.
delete the
Yeah.
butler.
Talk about it, Pastor.
Yeah,
Right, the
cause
butler
fuck
can't.
that
The butler.
nigga.
How the butler gonna come back to the hood when? So check this right. Even when one of your own field niggas
make it to butlerism, right? He make it to the butlerism,
He
right?
said, "Make it the butlerism." This is crazy.
but
That's a
Yeah, he
good
made.
word right there. I like that.
but I think for every butler that's reaching back and trying to help out or trying to pull up a field nigga, as you might say, there's two butlers knocking two other field niggas down.
See that? No, dog.
And I want to say, listen, I thought about it. I don't want to call LeBron a butler. I call him what we say they should have been, the spies.
Nah. See, the thing
I
about
feel
it is,
because if we look uninterrupted, all his sports say every business he got really revolve around black people. You feel me? I feel like he a spy more than the actual butler. Like,
uh,
I don't like that spy, yo, because the Black
yeah, you
Panthers
know,
has spies.
and you
Black
could say that,
Panther
right? He looked in
has
the white
spies. You know what I'm
society.
saying?
He looked in the white society and saw how it could help black people and brought it back, like a more like a Robin Hood kind of character.
Yeah, Robin Hood. Robin Hood sounds pretty
Yeah.
dope.
See, that's what they want from the butlers. They want us to be Robin Hood. They want us to go in there and rob the white people. Right?
Not the right people begging black
yeah,
people.
nigga, play your
That's what they
role.
want.
Play your role,
That's what
nigga.
they
He
want,
said, "Play
dog.
your role,
That's
bro."
what they want. They want us to go in there and rob the white people and
That's a
bring the
fact.
shit out the house.
Yo, Pastor, yo,
So
that's some jail
so
shit right there. You
so
hear
so
me?
pastor, as a butler, did you take your oath to butlerism?
See the thing, look, man. I told myself I don't want to go back to poverty. I don't want to go back to the cotton
Okay,
fields
okay, okay.
and
So
tobacco.
being a field nigga is associated with poverty, or let's say, okay, let's go back to what we was talking earlier. So being a field nigga is associated with like low class compared to middle
Right,
class.
Yeah,
right. Yep. Hell
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Field nigga is associated with eating chitlins,
Oh shit.
burnt biscuits. You know what I'm
Bur-
saying? Like real
dealing with
talk,
hood,
dog.
dealing with hood chicks.
You nigga, the sadness, nigga, and then you trying to get out of that. You got
Oh
bad
shit.
clothes. Like
Oh
the field niggas wore potato baskets, or the potato sacks. You know what they? Them niggas,
damn. That's fucked up.
the field niggas wore potato sacks as clothes,
This
Yo, they
nigga
stay in the
hating.
funny all night, son.
house niggas got into real tailoring, like real being
Man,
a tailor
house niggas
gang.
had what the white man was wearing, and we made fire ass clothes. Why you think we got street? That's what I'm saying. I find this y'all don't get his white talking points for real, but even beyond that, I just don't see how we don't realize everything that done been shamed. We sit here and say, "Yeah, that shit ain't it no more." They copying it, making $1 billion industries.
Man,
After
that
they done
shit.
shamed our dumb asses out of it, and we like, "Yeah, that's you know what? That's right. Yeah, that shit is
No,
trash."
The
because
field niggas.
When
Go
Kanye
ahead.
West brought out them clothes, we told Kanye them some damn slave
No,
clothes,
Kanye
dog.
ain't one of us. Kanye ain't one of us. Kanye never actually
What he
been one
is
of us, and
then?
I mean that
He
shit
from
He
genuine.
is
Chicago.
one of us.
He from
Nah,
Chicago.
Kanye
What
never.
the hell he is then?
One of the butlers. I'll agree with that. But
This nigga wanna throw us to him now, yo.
see what Kanye
Kanye
did?
West
What?
was
Hey,
a
now listen.
yeah,
And even
yo.
Kanye,
The way
Kanye a
he
prime
dressed when he
example of
came in the
butlerism.
game. Hold on
This
though.
the problem
I
with the
may have to
butlers.
give
Listen,
you
listen.
that. He
You
is a
gonna
butler
come
because the way
in.
he was
You
dressing.
gonna act like you conscious, right? Like you one of the field niggas. And then once
Mm.
the field, you make it off the field niggas back. Now you, oh, I ain't black. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Oh,
That
nah,
nigga said I'm
it's
old.
just music.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You
yeah.
gonna utilize us to start y'all way because let's be very frank, everything the
Yeah,
field
sure.
nigga chooses what's fire. Even how he's talking about chitlins. Yeah, we made chitlins. You right. Look at how much them shits cost per bucket in a motherfucking store today.
Them shit cost how
Man, and
no.
niggas
Them shit cost like
ain't
what,
nobody eating no
$30?
chitlins. So
I
Kanye
eat
West
them
was
shits. I don't even know how much them shits cost though.
a bad example.
About
I
20
give you
something
that.
dollars a bucket.
They way more
Damn.
expensive than they used to be. It's almost like oxtails.
Damn.
Chitlins are
Yeah, yo,
way
oxtail.
Going
chitlins
to
are
that
way
too,
more
oxtail.
expensive.
Everything we done say here, they said, y'all ain't got nothing here. Take these scraps. We made delicacies, and now niggas is like, oh yeah, this what niggas is
Yeah,
doing.
yo, I've
That's
been
what they
watching.
making
Yo,
industries out
KT.
of.
If you don't follow the dude on Facebook, yo, that nigga be making like oxtails, hamburgers, and shit.
You feel
Black
me?
dude.
Nah, but chitlins nasty though. I don't give a damn what y'all say.
Oh no, I
No,
ain't even saying they good or bad. I'm saying now they're a
way better
$1 billion
than that.
industry.
They
While
are
we
they
sitting
are a
here
billion
laughing
dollar
about it for
industry.
real though, like we could have this the thing. That's why I said if we looking at it, we know we can't really beat this system in this system because everything we done made got shamed out of. They made industries out of the shit.
See
We can't make
the
industries
butler
if we
gonna
don't control
Was
them.
it
You get
that
what
the
I'm saying?
field nigga fought? Was it that
yes,
because we fought in every war, right? But we wasn't there signing them goddamn laws and shit. So who fought that was? Was
That
that the
what the
that was
field
the
before
nigga
butler
we
fault.
fought
even
That's the
or
get to
the
butler
that,
butler
fault.
nigga
that's
fought?
where
That's the
we get
butler
into
fault
the
right
bigger
there.
concept. White
That's
people
Oh,
done broke us down every time we done built ourselves up. But one place they know we can make the biggest change would be government. Let's be very frank, especially in how today's politics work. You know,
yeah.
it's basically about your backing. So who are they going to back? The traditional white man face or the black dude with dreads from east side of some city? Hell the fuck nah. Nigga, they gonna back the traditional white face.
well.
You
That's
just
what
that's
the
what I'm
butler.
saying. For the butler, he's happy with the scraps. That's the real truth. The butler took the
Mm.
oxtail, didn't even cook it. He just ate that bitch raw because he was like, "Yeah, master said."
No,
You know what I'm saying? The
the
the field
butler.
nigga, the one that said, "Hold up, let's apply some fire to this bitch. Let's take the hair off that motherfucker." You feel me?
Then why was the house nigga doing all the food and cooking and preparation? Did
Because
see
they
did,
did it better than them niggas. You thank you.
exactly? And who do you think they
Thank
got
you.
it? Who do you think?
Listen, and guess what? The one woman that because it was always the black woman who made the food. Her ass
Mhm.
wasn't no commodified house nigga. She
No,
was the one that was the in between point. If we
she was
when
the
we
in
talking about the
between.
woman teaching the field nigga, that was the other woman teaching the field nigga because she went back home.
So they were people that played in between the field and house niggas.
Yeah, no, but that's what I said. A spy. It's not
So
wrong with you doing a
they a
spy. If you
third
saying you
party that
over here
nobody
doing the
talking
work
about.
and you
They a
actually
third
coming
party.
back
Who the
and
third
utilizing
party?
that through the community, you are right. That's what the black woman was doing. What the house nigga was doing. This light skinned
Oh,
nigga. Let's be very frank. This light skinned nigga.
so
You feel me?
the black woman gets a slide on moving up the ladder and going in the house, but
Yeah, no. Listen, the
the
black woman.
nigga,
I Kels, you done seen me on Sharon's show. I don't agree with that gender war bullshit. But at the same time, that's why I say I go for all of us being together as the black community. Because as I said, that we just niggas to them. But guess what? These white men, just like these white women, they're fascinated with our black skin and they're infatuated and they want to fuck us. And I'm not sitting there saying that we should go into that, but utilize whatever the fuck you can to get more understanding so that way we can take advantage of them. For sure. We need our black women too. Like we can't do this shit alone. We can do the power part, but even sometimes the finessing, yeah, we need the woman.
But we
but you
need
know
the
what?
right black woman though. We need
But
the
but
right one though.
but okay,
The
but
Not
this
no
house
Fannie
nigga,
Williams though.
Boy, don't
the
get me
house
started
nigga
on that
never said.
uncooked chicken. I don't do
but
no pink meat,
But
fam.
but
then this
okay.
is my argument. The house nigga has never said he did not need the field nigga. It has always
Um,
been, it has always been the field nigga saying that we hate
You know why the butler
the
ain't never
house
Okay,
said
nigga.
he
okay,
don't
but
he
can
you know
y'all
why the
can
butler ain't never said that? Because that's the only reason you alive. That's the
can
difference. We ain't need no butler niggas. They needed us though, because guess what? If you ain't got no information to give about them field niggas, what use are you to us?
but can y'all honestly
mm,
say like that the Willie Lynch letters actually like work?
mm.
Man,
It wasn't
I
real,
mean,
but
that shit
it
won't real, man.
still
okay, because I'm
working.
gonna say it like this. I mean, it's
Go ahead.
2025 and we are talking about field niggas versus house niggas. You
Right.
know, I mean
That's
that's
some
basically
JP
what it
shit.
comes down to, like separation of the race. You know, like to put
Hmm.
people against each other, and it's been working for the years. You know, like
Man.
so that's why I opened up with like, okay, it's different classes of black people, but can it ever be like a unified front of black people?
It
When we
can
created
be.
our own cities, it was, but as of now, it'll turn into eugenics where we only made butler babies because
This nigga.
I know that JP say that the niggas are going to outproduce us, but we're going to outlive y'all. And I'm not trying to say that like far as I'm be healthier, I'm be just a better person. I just think that butlers are probably going to outlive niggas just based off what niggas get into compared to what butlers get into. Butlers live a better life, a better normal
But
life.
but Pastor, I may have to give you some pushback on that
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
when you go on TikTok right now, brother, when you go on TikTok right now, you got weddings right now, white weddings right now that's dancing to like music like Pop Smoke, you know what I'm saying? Um, Little Vert, you know what I
All
mean?
Yeah,
You
hood
ever
nigga shit. Let's be
yeah.
very
They,
frank.
they, they,
so
they'll listen to Tupac even though he
Phil
dead.
niggas, Phil niggas gonna get these white women and still produce these light skinned babies.
They will too. Don't get me wrong. Field niggas.
These light
So,
skinned,
no, some
light
field niggas
skinned
are
niggas
going to.
running around
Some
us now.
field niggas are. Some field niggas are going to make it into the house, and that was the whole plan from the get go. We were never against them, but some of them niggas is just not going to make it into the damn
See, this
house.
where you
You
nah,
know,
man, you fucking up because you saying when we make it to the house, and even fuck all that. It what we
once I
saying.
get
Can
on,
we
leave
be
your ass for a
unified?
white girl.
Nah,
Well,
I
no.
Becky
let
Once you
my
Bill's
fuck a
brother
better.
white
finish
girl,
up
you
the
not
story.
at the house, my
Let me
Yeah,
nigga.
put that
Becky
out.
Bill's
Like I
better. You
said,
know
it
what I
was
mean?
many white women sneaking out their houses every night to go fuck that field nigga in
I
his
get it, but
cabin.
yeah, she bought that, but
So
he ended up in the house though. He ended
no,
up
he did
in the
not.
house.
He did not. Matter of fact, when he found out, when he got caught, she would probably say he raped her and died. So no, he's still not
Well,
in the
see
house
that
yet.
that was see.
Raped her.
Let me
My bad.
tell
My
you,
bad. My bad.
man.
I forgot we on YouTube.
Great,
I
great,
see.
great.
I agree. I see that was happening from time to time. I will agree with you that was happening, but
Nah, that's
over.
what happened most of the time. You feel me? But neither here nor there. My point is when we came out of slavery and they left
Mm-hmm.
us be, we did work with the house Negro. But we can't
Exactly.
do it today because again, the system is like now we years within the system. We ain't talking about the beginning of the system. Now they done changed so many laws to make sure we can't do things like no, just get the fuck out the system or we're dead. That's it, period. If we
No,
being
the
very
only
frank.
thing that has changed is y'all. The only thing that has changed is the amount of hatred that the field nigga has for the house nigga. That's the only thing that has changed
Yeah,
because
it got less.
because think about it now. Donald Trump been talking about segregation recently, right?
Mhm.
If Donald Trump forces this country into segregation, do you think field niggas is just going to be able to run crazy without the Butler niggas helping them create cities again? And because
Yes. Listen,
field niggas
listen,
and
listen.
because
Nope.
field niggas hate Butler niggas so much
Listen.
now,
Booker T. Washington. Just because you start as a let's say the field nigga don't mean that you got to be in the house in order to be educated. That ain't got shit to do with education. That's what I'm saying. You can read a book outside, my nigga.
I
That's the
get
point.
that.
You don't
But that
have to
nigga that
be. You
read that
don't
book
have to. So
outside
that's what I'm
is
saying too. We gotta stop acting like this whitewashed. I don't think y'all get this
no,
whitewashed
bro.
fucking shit we got. Like the
Hood
people who
niggas,
made this country education wise. Tell me what schools they graduated from. You
Yale,
almost would
Harvard.
say none, because a lot of these people were just people that thought differently, and they were like, "All right, nah, that makes sense like a motherfucker." Then others people who did have those credentials were saying like, "Nah, this valid." You
What do
feel
they
me?
call a hood nigga that can read? What do a hood nigga that can read?
Nerd, a
A
nerd,
nerd? You acting
nerd, a
white?
geek.
Nah, I think that's
Yes,
what you
they
call them on the
do.
internet.
Come
Cause
on,
I'm a
bro.
hood
We
nigga.
Man,
gotta be real
come
with it.
on,
We gotta
dog.
be real. He like anime. Hold on, yo. My thing is, I agree with Pastor. Like
Bro,
when
I
that
like
brother
everything y'all
niggas
just
go to
named. Do y'all
college,
think I'm a
yo.
nerd
Hold
nigga?
on, bro. Let me just say this real quick, KT. When the Butler nigga go to college, come back in the hood, that nigga don't get no party. But as soon as when that Phil nigga go to prison, everybody love that nigga. Everybody love that Phil nigga as soon as when he go to prison.
But
Hey,
let
yo,
that field
man, how
nigga go
was
to college. Let that field nigga go to college. Now you acting
go to
white.
college? That
You
nigga
acting
don't get no
white.
birthday party. That nigga don't get no celebration.
Y'all keep field niggas being field niggas. Every field nigga that I know that rolls up the ladder. See, I know a field nigga that went and got his CDLs, and I know that ain't much.
Mm.
I know that ain't much, and y'all probably think that okay, he's still a field nigga. No, he's a
Nah, that's
butler now.
nursing for niggas. That's the first elevation point.
Yeah, nah, niggas. That you be surprised how many niggas in nursing. Like I know what JP
Facts.
said. JP said that I'm not one of the only men in nursing. Shit, they a lot of niggas in nursing with
I
Nah,
dreads
don't
and all
want that.
kinds
No,
of
I don't
shit.
want that Phil nigga in there.
But anyway,
That
like
nigga don't
the
need
nigga
that nigga
driving
do not
trucks,
be in Nursing.
the niggas driving trucks and shit. That nigga is now a butler trying to have a household,
Mm-hmm.
pay bills, and have a
So
and have
okay,
regulation in his life.
okay.
Listen,
So let me ask you this. So butlers are considered like living a legitimate lifestyle, working and stuff like this, as opposed to field niggas. It's like hood nigga shit, criminal shit, that type of shit.
Yes,
this
trapping
nigga,
out of
you're
hot dog
lying.
stands and shit.
I got a
Niggas
wife and
trapping
three
out of
kids,
niggas
brother.
Yeah.
trapping hot dogs
Hell,
with no
yes.
temperature on the food. Nigga, like no faking it till you make it. Yes,
Bro,
faking it
I
till you
got a
make
wife
it
and three
type of shit.
kids. I'm still a field nigga. I'm gonna just be very frank.
Man, if you do something on a consistent basis that's not putting your wife and kids at jeopardy and
You
taking
see
care of
them
your
niggas?
life, you are not a field nigga no more. You are a
Cap,
butler now. You are a
cap,
reformed butler.
cap,
So
If
field
you are
niggas was doing that.
What?
if you
cap.
are taking
Cause
if you
I'm gonna
got
be
three
very frank
kids,
with you. I be looking
if you
for an excuse to pop a nigga.
if you got three kids, look, if you got three kids and you taking care of your family, you are a butler now, my
I agree
nigga.
with
So
that.
Matter of fact,
I
field.
cause
agree with
niggas
that.
look niggas
Nah, I'm a
couldn't.
provider.
So then you a
That's what I'm saying.
butler.
This is the difference between being a
Oh,
provider and a butler. You
Niggas
just
don't
oh,
want
said
to
okay.
that.
admit
Something.
that.
See,
Okay.
Look,
first
niggas
you
Niggas
ain't a
don't
kids.
want to
house
keep
nigga.
that hood
You're
nigga
not a
shit in
house
them.
nigga. My wife black. My
Look,
kids black.
niggas kids got taken away from them.
But
Niggas couldn't
okay.
even get married. Niggas couldn't
Okay.
have nothing like that.
So
Butlers could
so
get married and had that kind of
You
shit.
lying
so
like
what?
hell. They let you make babies like hell.
They had niggas that they were breeding, but they couldn't keep them babies.
Yes,
They
they
couldn't call that
did.
family.
Yes, they did.
Some of them stayed
Ain't
together,
nothing
but not
wrong with
all.
being a
No,
butler,
most of
man.
them stayed together. If we being very blunt, most of them stay. You can check the records, my nigga. Most of them, because listen, if you make a family, if you got a no offense, I don't want to talk about our people like this, but if you got a man that you consider a very strong male, and then you got a
Mhm.
woman that with childbearing hips is what they'll say, and then she can have a lot of babies, why would you sell off your best kids? Like you can keep them and
No,
make
you
them
sell
do the
off the
best
kid.
work.
You said they sold off the kidlets. They didn't keep their kids.
No,
They, you
they
know what I'm
they do
saying?
not. They most of the time, I'm not
But
gonna listen. If they had 10 kids, maybe three of them got sold.
you
Seven
know
of
what
them
I'm
niggas,
saying?
they're staying. Because
But
guess
the
what?
Butler
Even
nigga
beyond
kept
just selling
out
them, it adds to what you can do production wise. You got two men, two adults, seven children. Then over there, you got two adults, five children. Why would you be selling off when you can now do more production work? It's more people.
because them little ones don't produce. You got to sell them to somewhere that they you sell them to somebody they can afford for them to get big enough
What
to
you selling
produce.
them for? Because they can work, right?
They can't work as a
Yes,
child.
they
They got to get
can.
old enough to
Yes, they
work.
can. This what. Let's be real. Like that's what I'm saying.
You
This is what
couldn't
I'm
work
talking.
a
We got to
child
talk
to
facts.
they
This is
didn't
back
have
before
child
child
labor
labor laws
laws.
was in place, brother.
They didn't have child labor laws, but you can literally
That's
you
what I'm
can't work it.
saying. You could
You
literally
can't.
send an 8-year-old outside and do work,
They
and they
probably
was.
was sending them out there at 5, but they gotta make it. They gotta get to 5. So you gotta
Yeah, go
feed.
ahead. Y'all feed them niggas off the scraps we give y'all. It's not like they taking extra time out of that. Y'all figure it out of what we gave y'all, and they did. That's what I'm saying. You undercrediting what it is. Even a butler, he came from a field nigga. You
I agree
need the
with that. No,
field
I agree
nigga.
with that. I agree with that.
It's which one's more important. I mean, which one came first, the chicken or egg? I guess you'll say, but the field nigga first.
The field nigga came before the butler. So I would agree that butlers are made by field niggas. They are butlers are elevated field niggas. That's it, and that's the reason why they get mad at the butler because he elevated. That's
No,
where the
you're
envy. That's
not
where the envy
elevated
come
field
into
nigga.
play.
You're a whitewash field nigga.
No, these niggas
Yes,
elevated. They
nobody
see.
listen. Booker
That's
T.
the excuse
Washington,
that
Nat
niggas
Turner,
got to
these are people
tell.
that come from slaves. Nobody was saying these is fucking house niggas because guess what? They try. Well, it wasn't appeasing white people. They wasn't sitting here saying, "Oh yeah, we make it by working with you niggas." They were saying like, "Man, get the fuck away from us and let us do our own thing." That's how y'all see us prosper. Get the fuck away from us, and y'all owe us that because motherfucker, y'all put us through slavery type shit. Yeah, now y'all niggas out here. Nah, we work with them. We kumbaya, my lord. You know what I'm saying, man? Get that shit the fuck out of here. It's stupid. It's a wild. That's what makes you a butler. Working
I
with the
don't think
people you done
the
seen
butler
fuck your people over
the original
generationally
butler
many times.
the original butler obviously wasn't doing that because they none of these cities would have been able to be built. Now, are we talking about the modern day butler, the civil rights butler? probably did a lot of that. I'll give y'all that argument because the argument y'all are making is from the civil rights butler. Because the one before that literally had to help get these black cities up and going and building.
No, they did. That's what I'm saying. Listen to me. For you to be a butler, you have to be whitewashed. That don't got nothing to do with you being smart, intelligent. Niggas did that on their own. We could still figure out how to read. That's how we figured out how to read, nigga. The only difference was we couldn't get it perfectly. That's where like ebonics and things come from. Because
See
we
now,
didn't have it fully, but we understood the concept.
see
So it
now,
didn't it
this is the
didn't go
problem.
beyond us. A nigga could make a road, bro. That's why roads at first were dirt roads. It
This
wasn't
this
nothing
this is the
about it was
problem.
just from there
This
to
is
there, nigga. That don't
see,
take
this is the problem, yo. The field niggas always y'all say we discount y'all, we put y'all. The field niggas don't ever give the butler none of the credit that they deserve, which causes that separation, which is why which is why the butler went on to create Jack and Jill greater societies, and the field niggas is still stuck in the field or in prison. Y'all never rose. I never created nothing greater. Hood niggas is still doing hood nigga shit. Butlers are rising. They living up and they children's way of life up. And niggas is just not doing that.
neither one of us are doing that. That's the point I want to like. This is what I'm saying. I'm
Butlers
really
are
not even
doing that.
about whether or not we can work. Cause you talking about give credit. I already said when we did get out of slavery, these were the people we had handle the business with the white folk for us.
Why
We
do you
didn't
think
need them to
niggas
make no roads because niggas can make roads without them. They've been making us do that already on the plantation. They didn't make the house nigga go outside. Hey, construct how this road's supposed to work. No, they didn't do that.
niggas regress, right? If you look at it today, a lot of niggas were part of the Negro League in baseball. If you go to the hood today, niggas don't even have their kids playing baseball. Niggas have been priced out of baseball. Niggas don't even have no extracurricular activities for their kids. That's just why they asking for community centers.
We know that's. I mean, I'm not
Butlers,
saying we have enough, but we know that's a lie all year.
but
Like I was saying, we
butlers.
could redevise most of that shit besides the Negro League. Like if black people sit here and say it today, we're gonna stop playing in the NBA and make the Negro basketball league.
You would need the
Be,
butlers.
no, you wouldn't. Who needs the Butler?
LeBron homeboy. What's his name? Prince. Rich. LeBron homie that
Rich
started doing
Paul.
Rich Paul. That's a butler, nigga. He married to Adele.
Yeah,
That
for
is
sure.
clearly a butler.
Yo, damn, that's crazy.
Clearly a
That's
butler.
crazy.
And you would need someone
That's a
like
buck.
him
And
to
that's the
create
same
your
thing
own
I said though.
NBA.
That is the
Yeah,
people who did the work with them.
That's
Like
but
that's what he's doing.
but
He's
now
even
we
doing what
can't
they
do it.
what kind of furthermore I would show that he's a spy more than anything because like LeBron doesn't do the white people work. He let Rich Paul do the white people
Rich
work.
Paul do it. And see,
Mhm.
it's niggas like JP why we will never actually be able to get this shit going. Because JP came from this
mm,
conversation from a division perspective. Well, the niggas versus the
mm,
butlers. He started
right.
this conversation from a divisive
That's a
perspective.
fact, bro.
He started it. You see,
Yeah.
That nigga did a
the whole
hell
time
lot.
we've been the whole time we've been having this conversation, we've been trying to see how it correlates more than how it differs. We can talk about the differences, but we've been talking about how even with Rosewood, with Asheville, with Wilmington, this nigga is not from North Carolina.
Mhm.
This nigga from out the Midwest somewhere. This nigga ain't from where we
Right, yeah.
originally from. He don't know shit about
Yeah.
this.
From
This
Milwaukee.
nigga like
But
this nigga bring up the Gullah and Geechee. This nigga don't know shit about no North
Yeah,
Carolina,
he
South
don't know
Carolina,
nothing
and
but
about
North
the Gullah
Georgia.
Geechee.
but at
Right.
He's
this
never even
point,
been there, probably. This
at
nigga
this
probably
point,
never even been there. So we got a nigga that's never even been to these places having a divisive conversation. Because you can't have the conversation
Mm,
of you can't have the conversation of the niggas, the field niggas versus the butlers. When when everybody had to work together to keep this shit going, to make
let's
America great
go. Let's
again.
go, Pastor.
Nah,
We
fuck
the
make
ones that
America
made
great
America
again.
great
Chill with
again.
that.
Well, no, no. I'm just joking, right? With that, make America
Talk
great
that
Nah,
again.
shit.
We the ones that
y'all
actually did
laughing.
it. We the ones that
Talk
actually
that
made
shit,
America
Pastor.
great again. And it was butlers and field niggas that did that shit together. It was it won't no
Working
actual
cohesive
Nah,
together.
yeah, it won't no separation like that. Cause when they kick
That's a
Look,
fact.
so when we went to segregation and
Mhm.
Jim Crow laws was not against field niggas, and Jim Crow laws was not just against field niggas. It was against the butler too.
Mhm.
So
Hey, yo,
so that's how
Pastor,
we. This shit
yo,
crazy.
let me add on to that. Let me add on to that. And we had more inventors when when segregation had happened. We had
Yeah.
way more inventors, way more black inventors.
Listen, I think
That separation was better.
I think we not giving credit that sometimes like you need force, right? Like you need if you don't listen, if we don't have nobody to depend on, we gonna make it ourselves. Like that's what's been proven time and time about Black Americans. And like for I think we don't get like how I was saying like I'm not African, cuz I understand that's my descent, but I am not African. My peoples were not African. Like we would have to go back
You American,
20 decades. So for us,
you
what
black
would be
American, right?
Africa is Southern America, though. That's where our people came. And I
Mm.
ain't saying everybody every is that, but majority, like I'm talking about at least 90% of us, you some your people, you got some trace to the South, bro. So we
Yeah,
have to
North.
get more in tune with that and recover that history. You feel me?
Well,
We
rather
got to
than
start
making up
spreading that
history about
amongst our
that shit,
kids.
rather than making up, because look, that's why when you say you were from North Carolina, I was like, all right, we're gonna be able to have. Even though Kill's a New York nigga, he still, he still got
Nah,
people from, he
son,
got
yo,
people from the
my
South.
family. Hold on, Pastor. Hold on, right there. Hold on, Pastor. Yo, my mom and my father from South Carolina, though. Yo, so I still
Exactly,
got roots down there.
exactly,
My mom from
exactly.
Johnsonville, South Carolina, and my father's from Hemingway.
Exactly. But what we
Not bad.
saying is, see, you ain't too far removed, and you've been down here before. See,
That's a fact.
even if that nigga got Carolina or Gullah Geechee blood in him, that nigga ain't never lived, visited with them people. Cause if you did,
Oh,
you wouldn't be having that Butler you wouldn't have the conversation because we know amongst our
oh,
Southern
JP,
black
crazy
family.
ass.
Look, you would know your Southern
Yeah,
black family. You had an
Nah, and
uncle.
listen, I think it's because you're using the wrong word, is right. Like them niggas that was helping afterwards weren't really butlers. Like I would say them was kind of like mediators, if that'd be a better way to say it. Because again, the butler thing is about you whitewashing and submitting to their ways. Like they weren't submitting to their ways. They were saying like, nah, we didn't did business. Like y'all said, these laws affected all of us. So they said like, all right, it affects us. We understand how to make bag out of it, but we also understand at the end of the day, like we gotta side with the field niggas because everything they doing is against us, not just the field niggas. Like, but
Again,
today
that's
the
why.
butler has forgotten that. That's what I'm. If
Oh,
anything,
okay,
that's what I'm
okay.
saying. That's the problem. We've forgotten. Like, it's you're not. That's why you're becoming the butler again because
Okay, now
we
I'll give you
forgotten
that
that they're
argument.
not there to help us. What laws they do that affect the field niggas still affect you. It doesn't change because of your amount of money, bro. Even down to that, like, and I would say that if anything, we in more elitism than anything. But let's be very frank, most of our people aren't in the elite class, so we
Exactly.
got to realize that none of this shit help us, bro. None of this shit help us as black folk personally.
And I think that the butler kind of understands that more than the field nigga, because the field nigga thinks that this butler is getting these super exquisite lifestyle just for his proximity to the white guy. And the butler's like, look, man, this shit ain't like that, dog. It's like I elevated, I'm where I'm at, but it ain't even like that. You trying to tell me it's like that and it ain't like that. So I think that we be
Pastor.
projecting. Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Pastor, because we seen that in the wire. You know what I'm saying? When you watch the wire, when you watch that mayor, you know what I'm saying, all the things he was doing. I think that he was a field nigga pretending to be a butler nigga. He was in there getting head just like motherfucking Clinton was getting head. And he was doing all types of shit. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
no,
saying? I think that nigga
but
pretending to
that's
be
not
a
what we
butler,
doing
but
no
that nigga
more.
was a field nigga
Niggas is
all
not
along. He
saying
was a
we gonna
in the
work with the
wire,
white
bro.
people and do the hood nigga shit behind doors. They saying, nah, let's move to these white neighborhoods because it's a better life for us over there and this, that, and the fifth. But like when you look outside, do you ever see your people in abundance? Hell nah. You gotta now appropriate the day ways, how they act, and that's how you start moving in society. Now you come back to your peoples and say, well, just act like this. That's the
In
Butler
that case,
shit.
every field nigga I know in Dallas is a Butler wannabe. Cause let me tell you, when these niggas in Oak Cliff sell enough drugs, they go to
Talk
North
that shit,
Dallas,
Pastor.
yo. That's how Yellow Beezy, a South Dallas nigga, got into it with Mo 3, a North Dallas nigga. You don't live in North Dallas unless
Mm,
you got money. And that's how they even got into it, because Yellow Beezy was on the trying to get to the North Dallas side. So he was so if you really look at it, Yellow Beezy was
mm.
a field nigga. You can look at Mo 3, he's kind of like a Butler, because he was in there. And everybody, all the rap niggas was wanting to do music with him and everything. He was living in North Dallas, buying $80,000 sports cars and shit. He
That's what
was
I'm
up. He
saying.
was
Living
coming
there
up.
don't make you one though. We gotta stop doing it. Don't do that. Living amongst them don't make, cause what is he doing? He's still going out here every day fucking with the niggas in the hood. He not fucking
And
with the rapper niggas, cause guess what? The rapper niggas, like you said, they want to be butlers. If you peeping that, then no duh. If you in the position as the field nigga who done made it out the field, but still can go back into the field. Well, now I can choose who to put on. Why would I put on this butler ass nigga? I can put on some field niggas.
that's what I'm saying. And the field niggas took down that Butler nigga. They
Nah.
killed him on the highway.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, they,
I'll
they
take care
deleted
of
him
you
Mm.
on the
certain
highway.
shit, but that's what I'm saying. I can't deny that.
I think
Exactly.
yo,
So
Money
so when
inherently
field
makes us
niggas
do
don't
crazy
get their
shit.
way, they attack
give
butlers. They
hey yo,
attack
Nah, I
Pastor,
think
butlers,
yo,
just
you
right?
might
like
have to give
that's
you
what
a
I'm
little bit
saying. The
closer.
the mindset we have in America is based on money, bro. The money can make it. That's why they say money make you do some strange things, motherfucker.
But
Motherfuckers be
you
out here tripping. Hey, motherfucker,
Hold
you
on,
ain't never seen
hold on,
busted
yo. I'm
grape in a
trying to
fruit fight.
understand North
Motherfucker fuck
Dallas.
around and clap a nigga for 10 bands.
Okay, yo, but like Pastor say, right? I'm not from Texas, right? So North Dallas is a clean, like North Dallas is like the suburbs.
mm-hmm. Million
Okay, so
dollar houses and
okay,
all that, yeah.
so young Breezy is from like North Dallas, right?
No, Young Breezy from I mean Yellow Beezy from South Dallas. He from Lancaster.
That's the hood.
Yeah.
So okay, yo, so Mo 3 is from the suburbs part, right?
Well, niggas have created a hood in the nice area of it's the
Okay,
rich,
okay, yo.
it's the upper class hood.
So so at the end of the day, Breezy, I mean, the Mo 3 was a motherfucking butler nigga trying to play in these streets with the motherfucking field niggas at the end of the day.
Exactly. Cause Roy Lee, that the comedian, was a field nigga that was trying to make it to be a butler nigga in comedy. Remember the nigga that
Mhm.
Roy Lee? The nigga
Yeah,
that got
yeah,
shot in the
yo.
leg?
I seen a little bit.
He was a field nigga
So
that
he
did
was a
comedy.
field nigga.
Yeah, he
Okay.
another South Dallas nigga that was trying to make it to North Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever, he that's what Mo 3 and them was getting into it with. So I get it when you
Oh,
say well Mo 3 was being a gatekeeper and keeping them niggas down. That could
right.
be argued. That could be argued because Mo 3 was fighting with them niggas too. Errol Spence, the boxer, Errol Spence. Another South Dallas nigga trying to make it to North Dallas that had beef with Mo 3. They went Mo 3 and they were chasing that nigga when he wrecked his damn Ferrari
Wow. See,
and
I ain't even
flipped
know
it.
that.
Everybody kept saying the news kept saying that he flipped his car because he was drunk. Why do you think he said he was
Right,
drunk and didn't
right. That's
argue
what
it?
I thought. Right.
And,
That's
and
what I
then
thought.
and why do you think he was so willing to take a drug test? Cause he won't own
Mm,
drugs. He won't drunk. I ain't gonna tell y'all. I guess as a sorry ass female male nurse, transgender nurse. I guess that's how I know that, right? Like JP said, he was. That's a
I
woman's
remember you said
job.
that about that
That's a
nigga. That nigga
woman's
crazy.
job, right? But no, that
Nigga
nigga
had me
won't
crazy.
drunk.
That's the had
That
me
nigga
crazy.
won't drunk. That nigga was not drunk. That nigga flipped his car because he was running from O3 and them. Another
Yo, Mo
South. So
3
you
Mo
can make the
3 was on some
argument.
shit.
You can make the argument that Mo 3 was gatekeeping. He was being a
Right.
butler and gatekeeping South Dallas niggas from making it to North Dallas, the suburbs, the $1 million homes and shit. You can say that.
Right.
You can say that.
Okay.
But I guess
That's a fair argument. That's a fair
It's a
argument.
fair argument, right? Just like that shit that happened with that nigga with his daughter his daughter at the car wash. That was he was trying to come up in the rap game. You can argue
And
that about
he
soft
lived in the
You talking
suburbs
about
though,
the nigga
right?
that CJ
Lil
Casino
Ronnie,
was
yeah, but
beefing
see,
with?
no, he live
Yeah.
in Forest Hill. Forest Hill, see, when you get in Texas, a lot of shit look like it's the suburbs, but it's the hood. And
But hood niggas
same
came into
shit.
them areas though,
Hood
right?
niggas came into them areas and got them.
Because I heard that area is like more like retirement people live in that area though.
Yeah, that's why they put a car wash there. Cause look, that
Okay.
one thing about it is a lot of shit go down at these car washes down here in Texas. So if you got a hood car wash, they kind of
Yeah.
like trying to shut it down. Like where the
Mhm.
owner really ain't really filling it up with soap. He ain't cleaning the brushes. They know what I'm saying. They yeah.
Use a lot
Like
of
they yeah, they just try to let because
water
what's the
down
point?
shit.
Yeah, they let that shit die down. But if you're in a good neighborhood, they let your car wash have the soap and all that shit and clean brushes. So he was
Right.
over there with the good. He was over there at the good clean car wash. So that's how you know you in a good area in Dallas. If the car wash is clean, you in a
Yeah.
decent area. But if you go by in the car wash, if you riding in the neighborhood and the car wash looking a little ran down, nigga don't be stopping up in there like that if you're in front of the
That's the
neighborhood.
hood.
That's the hood. Like if you go to Oak Cliff and you see them dirty ass car washes that you got niggas standing out there ready to wash your car for $10
Don't
with,
stop
with
in
your
Oak Cliff.
change.
Don't stop in Oak Cliff.
Now Oak Cliff is big. We just gotta know where you went. But anyway, they got this
Right.
nigga.
Okay. Okay.
They got this nigga. They got the nigga Mo 3. But Mo 3 was like a butler. I guess he was like, he was
Yeah, he
up there,
was like half
man.
and half. He was
He
like,
He was
wasn't
like,
no butler,
yeah,
man.
like
Stop saying that. Quit using the wrong
that
word because
nigga was a butler if he
he
lived
was
in
a
that
hood
area though,
street
and born
nigga. I
and
mean, he's
raised
an
in that
educated
area.
street
That
nigga.
nigga's a butler.
Because even you just sat here and
Nah,
said
man,
it
I don't
was a
want to
hood
hear
on the north, bro. It's a hood on the
educated
it's a
north.
street nigga
hood.
is like motherfucking Frank
All right,
like
but them
Frank
niggas
Mathis,
not they
nigga
not
Frank
act
Mathis.
listen,
A
they
nigga
not
like
acting
that,
like
nigga.
they all
Fuck you
white. They
mean, nigga?
not doing
Bumpy
that
Johnson,
bullshit.
nigga.
So we can't
He ain't
call
no
this nigga
Bumpy
no butler
Johnson.
because you got money, bro.
Well,
That's
white people
you know
wanted
what I'm
him to
saying.
pull
You
that.
just trying to
That
make
nigga
Butler
was
a
a
good
butler
thing by
suburban.
adding in
That nigga
bullshit.
was a
No, the reason why I
Butler
say
suburban
mean you
no, that
white,
that
white,
is
white.
European
being a
nigga
butler
trying to
because
pay
white people because white people wanted them niggas shooting at each other, not making music together. Because at one point, them niggas always making music together. Them
You
niggas
said
got
white
songs
boys.
together. Yeah, no, the Mo 3, Yellow Beezy, Trap Boy Freight, all them niggas got songs together. But then once niggas started being on that butler shit, like how y'all call it, niggas stopped working together. And like
Man,
and,
you
on, and
calling it
only
Butler shit. Being whitewashed is Butler shit. That's what Butler shit is.
that's why I call it butler shit because only one nigga can make it. That's what I'm saying. Mo 3 was like, I'm the nigga that's gonna make it. Like what Kendrick Lamar did, it's not big three, nigga, it's just me. It used to be Mo, Yellow Beezy, and Trap Boy rapping together. But Mo 3 said, no, nigga, I'm be the one to make it in this rap shit.
Nigga,
Just like Kendrick said, no, nigga,
nigga, they
I'm
all made it.
huh?
Huh? They all made it.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
In
Yes,
this
they
case,
did.
they all didn't make
Except
it
for
because
maybe
Yellow
Trap
Beezy.
Boy Freddy. I guess you could say he ain't because I don't know if he got no radio hit type shit. But Mo 3 and fucking what's his name? Yellow Beezy, bro. They both got you can name easy radio songs. Like
They
they
didn't
all
make
made
it,
it, bro.
dog.
He
Like
ain't gonna sit there and say you
Mo
gotta
three
make it
is
on him.
Mo 3 is not alive, so obviously he didn't make it. And Yellow Beezy is
Hey, yo,
fighting
Nah, he ain't
KT.
making it in
fighting a
life.
murder
Like
charge.
later in life, I can agree with that.
And Mo
Yo,
3
R.I.P.
KT,
No means to
yo, but
make
I
a
just
joke
wanted to
of it.
put this in it.
But no, they made it. They were all famous. Stop.
them niggas did
Stop.
not
Hey,
make
yo,
it.
KT, yo, I just
Yeah, he got it,
wanted to
kid.
And
put
nigga,
this. Hold on,
he could have, Yellow Beezy could have moved his
hold
ass
on,
to North
Pastor,
Dallas
yo.
at
I
any
just
time.
want
Obviously,
to
he
put this
did.
alive, yo. Yo, KT, yo, so he was gifted. He wasn't educated, bro. He didn't know how to move right. You know what I'm saying? He was gifted. Don't
Nah,
get me
that's
wrong. He
crazy
was
to
gifted like a
say.
motherfucker. God gave him a
Motherfuckers
gift.
die every day and they was
But he
wild
wasn't
educated.
educated. He wasn't. It's a difference between being. Hold on, KT. It's a difference between being educated and gifted. Some motherfuckers use their gift in the wrong fucking manner, bro. Like, let's keep it real with this shit. He was gifted. God gave him a gift, but he wasn't educated. When you educated, my nigga, you don't put yourself in dangerous situations, my nigga. You move different.
Nah, that's just
You
untrue.
don't be in bullshit.
That's not true.
The only way to take your
Right,
gifts.
my
So it ain't a
nigga.
bunch of
Look
educated.
that
I'm talking
shit up
about college.
between being
Listen, it ain't a
gifted
bunch of people
and
with college
motherfucking
degrees in the
educated.
military.
Look that shit up, bro. And I don't
Hello, is it a
mean to
bunch of
cuss, but
people
look
in
that
the
shit up
military
between the
right
difference
now with college degrees?
No, no, no.
between being
They're more.
educated
They're
and
more college There's
being
more
gifted.
college. There's more college graduates in the private sector than they are in the military. They're
You
like
said in the who?
there's more privates than there are officers. Officers would be your collegiate educated people in the military, and there's less of them. There's
No, I
not that
said,
many.
isn't there plenty of them in there though?
No, 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 no. Officers. There's way more educated people in the private sector in society. Most niggas that go to college go get a job or go start a business in regular society. They don't fuck with the military like that.
No, I'm pointing out. There's plenty of people with educations that die. It's kind of wild to say because the nigga died like he wasn't
Well,
educated.
they
Like
die
if
because they
people
get
go
their
back
money
and
and get into some
listen,
nigga
you're
shit.
going to have to go back in a
A
dangerous
motherfucker
situation
who's
anyway.
educated 9 times out of
We're in
10,
America,
fam.
like you
That
have
nigga
to
dying
face yourself.
from
You're
like
less
on
likely to get
cause
shot.
death in the household with his kids. Nigga with his kids. You most likely not to get shot if you making educated decisions in your life. You not getting gunned the fuck
Bro, this
down.
man just told us
When
he
you making
died in North
educated
Dallas,
decisions.
which is the rich part of Dallas. What like
That
that's
nigga was gifted but wasn't educated, my nigga. Look
he
up the
what? But bro,
difference.
listen,
Google that.
he wasn't in no hood, right?
Fuck.
Nah, he was on the he
Yeah.
was heading to downtown on
That's all
I-35.
I'm
He was on
That
a
saying is
nigga
good
like
stretch.
dropped
you
his
making
low.
it because
That
he
nigga
trying to make
probably
it seem
dropped
like
his
when he
low.
died, he was
That
making
nigga
bad
dropped his
decisions. And I'm
low.
not saying he made great decisions either, but like that's
Yeah.
that you
But
doing a
that wasn't an
fallacy there
educated
too.
decision to
Everybody's gonna
always drop your low.
nobody's gonna be perfect because we humans, right? So everybody's gonna make mistakes. But to say like, well, he wasn't
Nah,
educated,
yo,
that's
it
why he
don't got
died.
nothing to
Nigga was
do
on the
about
good part
being
of town,
smart,
staying
nigga. If
away
you
from
into
shit.
it with niggas,
Well, I'm gonna say this: as many
how
because
can we? Go ahead.
see these niggas in Texas love to do highway shootouts. I don't know why they like that shit. These niggas love to go on the highway and have shootouts. So he should have known. Cause think about it, he shot Yellow Beezy van got shot up on the highway. They knew how to move accordingly, how to speed up and hop off the next exit, get to the hospital, get seen. Uh, I don't know why Mo 3 stopped that car in the middle of the highway and got out the car and thought he could
Nigga, bullet
outrun a
probably
bullet.
hit him. I mean, you
Nah,
don't
yo,
know. A
because
bullet hit you, nigga. Your mind going like that ain't even got nothing to do about education. If anything, this situation. Like,
That's
and
situational. But why would he get out why would he stop that
that
car and
dude,
get
that
out the car?
nah, Pastor, yo, because he thought that he had the blick. He thought he had the blick in the passenger side. You know what I'm saying? I'm going by what I hear in
Yeah,
these
yeah. So he
spaces.
thought the
I'm
blick he
going
thought the
by
blick was in
because
the
these
glove compartment.
females are
He so he thought he had a
yo, these
handgun in the
females
glove
are in the Mo
compartment.
3 sector.
Yeah.
Yeah, son, yo, but somebody took it out that bitch. You heard? But I ain't gonna go
Somebody
too
took it
much
out. It was
into that
already taken
story,
out. The
yo.
girl,
But
yeah. That's true.
motherfuckers done
That's
said,
true. That is
yeah,
true. But the
son,
thing about it is,
yeah,
he was
son.
going for a handgun, and the nigga that was shooting at him was shooting a rifle.
don't matter. Whatever you got, defend yourself. That's still what I'm saying. We can't make no petty. You making petty shit. You making petty shit.
Man,
Some
look, dog.
topic or something. That
Look,
we
look.
can't listen. The nigga didn't sit there and put himself in a situation knowingly where he was gonna die. He was smart. He was gifted, bro. He even to get in that position itself. And let's be real, even if he is from North Dallas, we know the nigga was homeless before he got damn. So like, you got to
Yeah,
be pretty smart to get in that position. You feel me?
yeah, he
That
was
ain't no
smart.
idiot, bro.
Matter of fact, he sold them. They say that he sold the most. He was one of the last rappers that did like Ludacris and Master P did, where they sold all these CDs out of their trunk, and they said he sold like they said that nigga sold thousands, like almost 100,000. They said that nigga almost went platinum in the streets just selling his CD out the trunk.
You feel? That's what I'm saying. That's not no, and that's what I'm saying. Like, let's about when it comes to this, the why I'm saying the Butler shit being whitewashed, because we really take our people and look at our people like they something less than, bro. Them really geniuses for real. Do they die in bad situations sometimes? Yeah. Like, I ain't gonna lie. And even if we get in a bigger concept about music itself, we can look at the death clauses that labels got on niggas. You feel me?
They
Like,
do. If they can't recuperate their money, then they'll just let you. Then they'll take it through a life insurance policy if they can't
bruh,
recuperate their money.
nigga dying be worth a billy.
Yeah,
Like for real.
but
Shit's
Mo three.
crazy.
But see, the thing about it is that's another argument. It's an argument that it could have been house nigga versus house nigga violence,
I'll take
right?
that too.
Because they say that because Mo 3 was higher than the rest of them niggas. Now did Yellow Beezy get up there with Puffy? Yeah, but Puffy didn't actually won't making songs and shit with Yellow Beezy like Boosie and everybody was making. Well, Boosie did make a song. Anyway, it was a fight for who was going to really come up, right? But the reality of it is, they say that Rainwater, the Mo 3 manager, had something to do with Mo 3 getting taken out. Cause it was almost like some old Puff Daddy and Biggie shit, where Mo 3 was looking at jumping ship. And because that's another thing. The big
All of that
Texas
shit is a
thing is
big
the
part, Pastor. All of that shit had a part though. All of
it
that
had a part because
situation.
the big thing in Texas is to get to New York, right? That's why you see Sauce Walker. Sauce Walker left Texas and went to New York and shit to start making
Because
and
that's the
started making
biggest
money.
market though.
That's the biggest
New York is
market.
the biggest market.
And so
Damn near
and
yo,
what did Bun B
besides Atlanta.
and what did Bun B and Pimp C get into a big fight over? Going to New York. It wasn't really about Jay-Z. It was really about going to New York. It's like
Who you
it's like
talking about,
so
Pastor? Yo, who you just said?
Bun B and Pimp C had an argument about even doing that song "Big Pimpin'"
Yeah,
because
he
it was
ain't want
about
to go up there and do the
Yeah,
video
because
because he
because
didn't want to
real
even go to New
shit
York.
said something
he
too.
ain't really mess with Jay-Z because he thought that Jay-Z wasn't about the pimping though. Like he ain't
So
really
it was so
he
this is Butler on Butler crime at this point. This is
Nah,
this
man,
is
stop
niggas.
calling everybody
No,
with money a butler. That's what I'm saying. You gotta
this
stop that shit.
this niggas that
You know what I'm saying? You trying
it's
to
nigga
niggas
said
that
nah,
made
Butler and
it.
Butler
quit trying to
crime, man. I
establish a
like that.
good
It's
definition
Butler
of
niggas
and
that
butler.
made
Butler,
it.
Bill,
It's
Bill
niggas that
niggas
made
versus
it.
Bill. Go
It's
ahead,
niggas
Pastor.
that made it fighting each other, dog. So it's Butler
Yep.
on Butler crime.
Go ahead, Pastor.
Cause
I
niggas ain't
agree.
Man, get
made
that
it.
shit out of here.
Niggas ain't made it.
Hey,
Cause
yo,
niggas ain't
Pastor,
made it.
yo, you got a whole a whole live going on, Pastor. You need to drop this shit on your channel. Drop this shit. Phil niggas and Butler niggas, man.
Man, I ain't even been making content like that because I've been concentrating on Muay Thai boxing, getting in better shape,
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to get back in better shape, my nigga. So I can I'm just trying to get
Yeah, cool.
back in that shape like I was. I feel like
Right.
I'm about 15 pounds over. I'm about 15 pounds over where I need to be. So I'm gonna take a
Oh, okay.
so I'm gonna take a little break from YouTube, sitting on these panels and shit. That's why I'm about to get my ass off right now. Plus,
Right.
I gotta go to work and shit. But I
You
gotta go to
gotta
work
go to
later
work
on
on
tonight. Yeah, I
you
gotta
gotta
go
go to
be a
work on a Sunday.
I gotta go be a
You gotta
butler
go be
ass
a
nigga.
butler.
I
You
gotta
gotta
be a
go be a
butler
butler.
ass nigga. Go to work. I guess I got a white.
Excuse me.
I got. Look. I guess I got a white man balls like JP said. So I get this money
Right.
because
But JP getting the white man government assistance though. So I don't know what's
man,
going on with
that
that.
nigga is serving a white man
Phil
glizzy.
nigga, that nigga a
That
Phil nigga getting the Butler motherfucking government assistance though.
yeah, you because you definitely got to act right and be within regulations to get
Nah,
that
hell
money.
nah. We see white people take advantage of that shit every day. That's what I'm saying.
But they
Stop looking
gotta
at your
act
people
right.
saying that they doing some crazy shit. Cause you see rich white
But, but,
people with
but
hoods.
that's they
What that
peoples
nigga
though.
was
That's
talking
still
about
they
when niggas talking
peoples.
about
At
They
the
gonna
end
cut
of the
Social
day,
Security benefits.
hey yo,
What he say? My
KT.
grandmother get that shit. Shit, it'd
Hey
be all
yo,
right again.
yeah, he did say that shit.
On God,
Yeah.
like, bro,
No,
come
that
on,
nigga
them,
said his
them
whole
rich white
family.
people
Hey
be
yo,
taking advantage
KT.
of that shit.
That nigga said his whole family tree used to get the motherfucking butler government assistance.
You
So
said what?
so JP said his whole family tree used to get the butler government assistance. So that's it's
Yo, I ain't gonna
traditional.
lie,
It's
we
tradition.
said this
He said
already
it's
though. JP be
tradition.
wilding, like
Man, I
JP
watch that nigga lives every day.
JP be
KT.
saying shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like he be talking,
Nah,
but he just
yo,
be saying shit.
that nigga don't be lying about that part. That
But
nigga,
the thing about it
man,
is
that nigga was
you gotta
dancing.
meet.
That
That
nigga,
ain't no
hey
butler
yo,
though.
what?
Oh, that
That
is
ain't
being a
butler
butler.
shit.
Getting
Well,
government
I guess
assistance
it
is
Nah,
being
be.
a
I guess it
when
be
you
on
get
butler.
getting
when
government
you
assistance
get
is being a
when you
butler
get a
because
butler government
you
assistance
have to
and you
meet certain
conform,
standards
you
and
conform.
regulations to get that money. You conform to get that money. If they
Nigga, all you gotta do is be broke.
so no. So no, it's more than that. So JP, because JP conformed. Because when they said, look, because he conformed to say, I'm not going to work. And once I work, I'm only going to work enough to keep the white man from feeling threatened. So I'm only going to work enough to stay on government assistance. That is conformed. When if the white man say you better not work no more, nigga, you better not wait, you better not make no more money, nigga. That is assimilation to the T.
Nah, like I said, if it's
A nigga
utilizing
like
it,
me trying to
taking
make more
advantage of it
money,
is different from just getting it. Now, if you sit
no,
here
you
saying
ain't
because
taking
what
advantage of
anybody
nothing.
can do, listen, what you can do is get some food stamps in your name, but then start a business entity separate from your name, but you be controlling that business and you still getting them food stamps.
That's called Medicaid. That's called fraud. And when they get you, nigga, they gonna take.
Man,
Oh,
they ain't
they
gonna
gonna
get
get
you
you.
because white people getting away with
I
it
know, I
every
know they
day.
ain't. I know they ain't. I know they
Nigga
really
just
ain't gonna
got
get you for
on the
that.
news and admitted he's a billionaire. The white man who said that shit, he is a billionaire, bro.
And then
He
and
talking
then
about
they
his
caught
family,
that black
motherfucker. They
woman
gonna be
that.
rich.
Then they caught that black woman buying chicken wings with food stamps and threw her ass in jail. You remember the black woman that were buying food stamps? Then they found another black woman that was taking chicken wings from the
Nigga,
cafeteria.
you talking about petty face examples they don't care about them because guess what? Like, no offense, you can be an example that we be chasing fraud, but you don't see no business people. Like I said, this man just got on the news and made his people's getting it. Nigga, you're a billionaire. Like, what the fuck? We know your people's got money. You done gave all your people's money. Obviously, they fucking rich like you. Come on, bro. And then he talking about she getting Social Security and shit like that. Come on, bro. Like if they really trying to get fraud, they'll go after these big people, but they don't. They gonna use the black woman buying chicken wings for an example. Look, we be chasing it, but nigga, that ain't who really even making the problem. The problem is the billionaires talking about his stepmother's getting fucking Social Security.
Look, who's stealing food stamps? Rich niggas or poor niggas?
Rich motherfucker. It's mostly white people who get food stamps. You know that, right? It's mostly
They
white people
buying
who get
food
HUD.
stamps. Poor
Mostly
white
white
people.
people on Section 8.
Poor
Yeah.
white people get food stamps, and other white people buy them, just like with niggas. Like with niggas, majority of niggas is not getting food stamps. It's some niggas getting food stamps, and majority of black people are willing to participate by buying them,
No, I
give them
think it is like
$100 or
50% of
50.
black people get food stamps or something. I could look it up real quick.
Well then the other 50% is buying food stamps.
No, I might take that. My thing is like 67% of all food stamps, period, being distributed go to white people. Like it's mostly going to white people, bro. Like that's
I'm
already,
okay.
and that's the thing. Like not being funny, we just talking economically. If you're born white, you're most likely in a better financial position than a black person. This is facts in America. You can look this up. It's an actual statistic. So them getting food stamps will be more egregious than any fucking thing, but they still
Not if
getting
you
it in the
born
bunnies.
if you born a black butler, that's not true. If you were born a black nigga, that's probably true. But if you born a black butler baby, that's not true.
Bro, shut this Butler baby shit up. Get the fuck out of here. If you
Hey,
born
look,
the
man,
whitewash black baby, you
I
good
gotta
in
go, man.
life. Yo, shut that shit up.
Yeah,
It's
Pastor,
good. It
man,
was
it was
good talking
good,
with y'all,
dog. It
man.
was a nice
Y'all have a good
show.
one, man.
Alrighty, man. Be safe.
Yeah, man. Yo, that nigga Pastor did a lot of hours up here, man.
Mm-hmm.
Nah,
Pastor,
my boy
yo,
was
all
out
the
here
yo,
mixing.
yo,
He was
some of those
remixing.
songs
He
are
was rapping
crazy.
up here.
Yeah, man. Y'all done dropped another classic, man. How many hours y'all done did? About 12 hours? More than that?
I think I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't here earlier. I really caught the end of the last show, but yeah, they said there's up for like 12 hours, and then there's about to
Yeah, that
continue to
nigga did.
stream right here.
Right.
Nah, yeah,
Damn, man. Easy putting in that work.
nah, for sure. I ain't even gonna lie. This was just crazy. I just had to jump on the panel because I heard bro talking this nasty work. You feel me? This Butler shit was
I
killing me.
gotta watch the first one. I gotta watch the first live.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
more
I was
than
watching
12
the first
hours?
live, the end of the first live, and then there's like, yeah, we gonna go to the next panel. And then by the
Right.
time I came over here, it was just Pastor and bro up here talking and shit. And I'm like, yo, nah, this nigga Pastor tripping. What he on? You feel me? Let me go up here and talk to my fellow Negroidian.
Yo, fam, yo, you gotta sub to his channel, man. Pastor dope though, yo. That's my bro. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, I really rock with Pastor, man. Like, me and him had many back and forths, man. I used to fucking disagree with his ass a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Word, yo. It's
Nah, I
multiple
ain't gonna lie.
videos.
See, I'm new on this internet shit. This shit to me
Right, right,
kind of,
right.
I'm realizing like I hear it all the time. It's content, but I ain't gonna lie. I guess it's because I ain't integrated in this system. I don't really look at this shit like playful. Like I don't know. I go about everything like the same way I do in reality. You feel me? Like
Right, right.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
talk
me
the
too.
same way. A lot of people I be feeling just be saying shit for the entertainment factor, but like,
Yeah, that's a fact.
look, it's the time and place. I make music. You feel me? So that's why I
Oh,
entertain.
okay.
But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
That's
yeah. And then y'all out there listening, anybody on the panel, y'all want to hear some good music? I'm talking about from trap nigga shit to fucking some conscious music. Fuck with me, man. I ain't even a
yeah.
person that really promote my music type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like,
right,
cause
right.
I know everybody rapping shit or whatever, but nah, I make music. I
Let's
make
talk to
art.
Freezy though, man. Hit Freezy on the email, man. I don't think he got no problem with you like dropping the link, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
to your music. Just
Oh
hit him on
yeah,
the
not
back
for sure.
chat, you know what I'm saying? Hit him in the
Yeah,
back
yeah.
chat, like type of shit, yo. Cause everybody do music, man. You got DJ Wish Doctor that pulled up, man.
Mm.
You can link with him, DJ Wish Doctor. I don't know if you subscribe to him. You know what I'm
Nah.
saying?
I don't really, bro. Like I said, I'm new to the whole. I just
Yeah,
now got in
yo,
this whole
just find
shit.
your
It was
way,
really
bro. Find
weird.
your way, stick around, man, and just find your tribe, though, yo. Because that's the most important thing, man. Is find the people who rock with you, who on the same wave. Like, I know it's a hard process, bro. Because I've been hearing you, like, I didn't heard you on Sharon's show. I think it was like a couple of days ago, and freaking Bronzeville was up there. He pissed me off, yo, when he brought certain things up. I'm not gonna go into it right now, but
No,
I
for sure.
think that whole thing that he brought up, you know what I'm saying? I think that you was more being a stoic than him when he brought that situation up. Cause me, fam, I would have flipped out. I ain't gonna
Oh, you
front. I
talking
would
about
have
the shit
cussed
with my
him out.
moms?
Yeah, son, I would have
Nah,
flipped the
and look,
fuck
bro,
out,
this the
bro.
wild shit
I
about
was
it
like,
though.
you was being more stoic than him because you ain't like you wouldn't do the shit. Man,
No,
listen,
and
I
you
would
see,
have been
like I
off.
pointed that out. That's all I'm pointing. Even with this shit, like I get they got fan bases and groups and shit, whatever. If I
Yeah,
disagree, like as men, I think we should be able to disagree, even if we can't
right,
come to agreement, move on. But like shit with like that's why I was pointing out, like, bro, why you keep making insults? Like I ain't saying nothing about you intellectually, anything of that nature,
facts.
even though I do feel you talking stupid. And like I did say, nigga, I feel you talking more pandering shit than anything. You feel me? Cause like
Right, that's a fact.
again, that's why I pointed out the whole thing with who made stoicism. Because it's
Yeah,
just
who
weird to
made
me for you to
stoicism?
be
And
sitting here saying,
then you
oh,
brought
niggas
up,
is lovers of men. And now
yeah,
you saying,
right,
let's follow
right,
this.
man.
This
I was
and yeah,
agreeing. I was agreeing.
they trying to make me seem like, but that's why I said, me
Nah,
personally, you're not
no, you
going to deter
wasn't.
me
You
from
wasn't. You
something.
wasn't. Nah.
Yeah, what it is.
Because
I really wasn't trying.
this whole space went against that. Because even if you go to like Black Melt on Filter Channel, even if you talk to AM or Izzy or anybody, like yo, that nigga had to defend that shit. That each and every time Sharon went on other panels. That nigga get in the tissy fit. That nigga get on some sassy shit and bounce from the conversation. Even Axel, like, yo, because we know that men is not on that type of time. Cell not on that type of time. AM not on that type of time. Corey Love is not on that type of time. You know what I'm saying? But he like to throw them gay jokes out there, like, man, gotta pick up the keys, bend in your knees, and all of this weird shit, my nigga.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
like I
not
said,
with
what's
none
up
of
with
them
the whole
niggas.
thing? You talking about people rim bros. Now you saying what's wrong with following the gay man? Like you calling
Right,
people rim bros, talking about these niggas lovers of men. And for me, it was just
right.
personally like, I'm not saying Sharon, even, and I'm gonna be honest with you, because I'm gonna go back up there. You already know I kind of
Yeah,
be up there at
yeah,
this
yo.
point.
I'm gonna still say good morning to that lame nigga. I don't care,
Listen,
nigga.
I enjoy having the talks for me personally, because I know at the end
Right,
of the day, like it's just a progression thing for me. Anyway, so
right.
I'm gonna go back and say that this time though. My whole thing, if anything, would be shit. How you talking about we can't follow these dudes, and do they have some good points? Because remember they were trying to say like, oh, you sitting here saying that we can't take some of it, but I did say from the beginning like,
Yeah,
nah,
you
we could
did.
take
You
some of
did.
it, but you saying in totality, nah, that ain't what we do.
Right. That's what they
And like,
saying. Like, yo, you don't know Socrates and this and
you,
that. Brownsville was saying that
and you
old
know
dumb
what I'm
shit.
gonna go back and say for real though. So you
Go
telling me
ahead.
Angry Man and them don't got some good points? You get what
Nah,
I'm
that nigga
saying?
got great
Like I don't say
points.
take what they saying in totality, but you telling
You're
me they
not
ain't got some good
supposed to.
points
Who
too?
do that? Who take everything 100%, bro?
Yeah,
Who do?
nothing is in totality. That's what I be
That's a
trying to,
fact.
and that's why he be making me mad when he be talking about, well, don't talk about that, just stick on this. Well, nigga, you trying to dump, you talking about handling shit with kid gloves, but you breaking it down to the simplest form, like we in elementary school or something. You feel me?
Right.
Like, can niggas not walk and chew bubble gum? What's going on over here? You feel me?
That's a
But
fact. That nigga don't
like,
want that shit. That nigga want you. That nigga want you to side with him. You know what I'm saying? That nigga want you to be on the same course with him, man. That's all what it is, man. It's some cult like shit. All of this shit is like gang shit, my nigga. Like
no, I'm seeing now, I'm peeping it. That's why I
motherfuckers want
said this
to
internet
evict
shit
you
new
and
to me, cuz.
transform
Like,
into something that they are. And like, nah, my nigga, everybody got their own individuality in this fucking space, my nigga. This fucking space was built like that. Everybody
yeah, no,
talk what
for
they
sure.
talk about, man, and stand on what you stand on as a man, my nigga. Because you don't know how everybody lived their life before they came to the internet, though. Everybody, yo, that's why I be telling people all the time. I don't care who don't like it. Like everybody is not an internet nigga, man. I'm a
Yeah,
nigga.
for sure.
I'm a nigga on the internet. I'm not an internet
Mhm.
nigga. So I may do some wild shit, my nigga, that you don't even like, nigga, that come out of left fucking field. Because I get tired of you niggas like everybody else. I don't really rock with all you niggas like that, man. I tolerate you niggas, respect you niggas, but you niggas cross me, nigga, I'ma blow a gasket. And that just being a human.
Nah, for sure. And I'll be honest
Like,
with you.
you
For me,
ain't
I
about to
say
play
what it
me.
is. Like, like I said, I'm a reform hood nigga, but I still be on
Right.
some field nigga shit. But I just don't
Right.
get
Same
mad
here.
about shit. You feel me? Like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm
Yeah.
just at that phase in life where, like I said, for me personally, I believe experience is what teach us the most. I done had a lot of experiences. You feel me? So I
Right.
don't really get phased by that shit. You feel me? It is what, cause like I said with Brownsville, you lying. Why am I gonna be bothered when I know you lying with what he repeated about my mom, bro? You lying. Like I didn't
Right.
even get up there and say that not one time. I ain't sit there and say none of that. And like that's why he
Oh,
asks like a piece of a question. You feel me? And it's like
right. Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Yo,
That's
that shit
okay. I
must be
gotta
being
answer
the stoic.
directly the piece of the question you asking, but you know that ain't the full context of things. That's what I'm saying. So like
Right.
that shit don't even make me mad. It's just calling it out. Like, bro, that's kid shit, bro. That's third grade elementary reverse psychology
It
shit, bro.
is, yo, with the mama jokes and the mama, but that was a real situation. And like in that moment, he didn't have to bring that up, yo. He could have said anything else. He could have said anything, yo. But that's what he do, yo. But that's his tactics. Once you go on the channel and expose your true feelings and you bring up things that really happened to your life, they'll hover that. And then when you do something, they'll bring that whole shit up. They don't care if it's a month ago you said it, 2 years ago, 3 years ago you said it. Them niggas don't forget shit. And
Nah,
motherfuckers
see,
that use that shit. You
it'll
know what I'm
never
saying?
work with me though, too, because like I said, if you repeating what I said, you can't shame me. Because what I said from the beginning
There
was
you
like
go.
the first day I went up
Yeah.
on the show was with this shit with my mom when I was telling this shit because I'm
Right.
saying like the conversation was about kids. I'm like, well, my mama said herself, like, yeah, my dad was older than my mom, so that's why he be trying to say she got that, whatever, you feel me? But
Right.
then he be trying to say, like, I told them, like, nah, my mom said on her own, though, like, she was a young girl trying to chase a grown man. And listen to me, my daddy was like 22, my mom was like 17. He making it seem like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I said. Like, for me
That's a
personally,
fact.
you can't really shame me. And like I told them then, I said, hold up, let's not act like them wasn't the times at that time. You feel me? Like, we was
That's
still
what's
kind of
going on
coming
at
out the
the
era where niggas was wildly different. My grandmother and her granddaddy, bro, my granddaddy was like
That's the
33.
silent
My grandma was like
generation.
16.
Yup.
Like, come on. We wasn't that far removed when my mother was there. You feel me? So, like, bro, no,
Right.
you can't shame me on that shit. That's why I said it's funny that you got a lot of to try to get a reaction though. Like, it
That's
kind
what
of
he wanted.
shows
That's what
the
he
lack
wanted.
of thought you
That's what
really
he
putting in
wanted.
there.
And he would have said, and then if you would have blew the gasket, he would have been like, "Yo, you see, right? You need to reevaluate your volume system and recalibrate your shit." And you know what I'm saying? Like, that's his favorite. Each and every day, he used the same fucking lines, bro, like over and over again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like how Dr. Umar always repeat itself. You know what I'm
No, you
saying?
see, I pointed that out. Remember, Sharon got mad and he was like, "Nah, motherfuckers ain't gonna be talking about we out here pandering and you ain't no marketer." Because, like, I know what the tactic is. I can't remember what the exact
Right.
name
I
of it,
remember that.
but it's
I
some
remember
shit
that.
Hitler made. Remember, I was saying, like, bro, that's that Hitler tactic. Repeat things at least 3 times and it gets stuck in the
Right.
person's head.
Facts. Facts.
Like, that's why out of nowhere, like 10 minutes after I even said that, he started flipping about it. Cause like he realized, like, oh yeah, nah, that nigga did point out. And like I said, I told him, like, yeah, you sound like a hit dog got hollered, because I ain't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even say Sharon. I said, I'm talking to Brownsville. I don't even know how you came to this point. You feel me? But neither here nor there. I'm just saying that's the point. Like, don't I love the fact that they do like act like, oh, you don't talk like you on some white people shits, therefore you not educated, bitch. You cannot play me on that. Like, I do that for a purpose though. Like, I tell everybody, even my parents, bro, I own cribs and shit. I'm not saying that shit like I'm rich or something. Bro, I'm 32, bro. I live a real good life, you feel me? Like, and it's because I understood how to do things, play the game also myself type shit, you feel me? But like, I ain't about to shame nobody on how you made it or how you speak or where your education is, because that ain't man shit. If we talking about what men do for real, like, we just here to converse, see how we come to some common ground and make some progression. That's why I ain't gonna deny it. The more I watch this shit, I don't know, it made me feel a kind of way, because I feel like the gender war thing is just everyday arguing, bro. It's just everyday arguing. That shit kind of crazy to me.
Nah, yo, I agree. You know what I'm saying? I definitely agree, bro.
But like you said though too, I really come out here and vibe with it, because I do see something like mine. You feel me? And like, I want niggas to make a separate group of something more progressive, bro. Because this shit just don't seem to be elevating a lot of times. Like, we need some shit where motherfuckers really, even the demand is for whatever we want to call it, like all that shit. I don't know, bro. I ain't saying like it's
Yeah,
bad, but
sometimes you just gotta make your own channel, my nigga. Make your own YouTube channel. Start off from 1 sub, 2 subs, whatever. And let's talk your own shit, yo. Let's talk about your own experiences and what you go through in this space. That's what I advise anybody that come into this space. Like me personally, right now, I'm just talking about like the certain panels I go to, certain shit. I call certain shit out. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to call certain shit out that I seen on DJ Witch Doctor. I'm not gonna go too much into it, but I'm just gonna talk my shit like how I feel. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care who don't like it. That's just me, bro. Sometimes you just gotta go there with these niggas, man. Because this shit becomes a dark fucking space, man. It's dark, yo, but people gotta have two different sides of the coin. I want to be that balance. I want to see things from both point of views. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And point things out, because once you go to my community tab, I told Sharon, my nigga, you don't got no shit on your community tab. You getting baptized. You don't got no shit like how I'm doing, nigga. I'm in government, all of that shit. I'm doing productive shit in my life. But then he gonna say, oh, why you not acting like a Christian? I'm like, nigga, I'm from the Old Testament, nigga. I'll smack your
yeah,
fucking nose off. shit like that. Yo, that's the type of time I'm on. Because if you go to Brother Sanchez platform, he talk about the Old Testament. He don't talk about this New Age Testament. And God was even more vicious back then in the Old Testament. It's like
Oh yeah,
Jesus
he was
was more
smiting
like,
whole bloodlines.
come on, man. Like,
Don't
yo,
play.
I will do this nigga dirty, and like I'm not trying to go there because, like you said, it ain't the time or the place. But I don't really think he built like that, bro. That is my opinion. I don't think he built like that in real life. You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
listen, I personally say fuck it. Like, it don't matter what they built like. You know what I'm saying? Lead them be. Like you told me, make some channel on your own and talk your own thing. Like, if anything, because I think about it,
bro.
I've been thinking about it for like a week or so. Anyway, if I did have a show, I'd probably have like a debate show, like different topics and debate on that topic, but not stay in the same genre of things. You feel me? Like how my thing with this gender war stuff is this seem like either one side blaming the females, one side blaming the men. You feel me? I think we need to figure out how can we work together. Even how bro was saying like on the Butler tip or whatever, and I disagree with what he kept trying to make Butler into. But how I was saying they was the ones that was working with the white people when we got grouped up together after slavery. Like, we do have to figure out how to make us as black people work together so that way. And this where I'm gonna be blunt. This where I guess you could say I do my fucked up shit. But like how to take advantage of white folk. That's just being very fun. I don't listen. I think it's not right to take advantage of people, especially your people. But in a capitalist society, somebody has to be taken advantage of. And I would rather take advantage of those people who shit, let's be very frank, like they just green. It ain't that they poor and all that they got to take advantage of. They just green. My people's poor. I'm not trying to take advantage of them.
Right, I agree with you, yo. But see, on the point where Pastor was like, look at Anton, look at AM. These people got like almost 1 million subs, at least like 250,000 subs. So we got to get in line with them. We may disagree, whatever. We can hit them in the back chat. But these people could put you on to be on the platform and like have you get out whatever situation you in. So why do we diss these people? They don't do that in rock and roll. You don't hear these young dudes who's trying to climb the ladder. They don't diss they OGs, whether you like them or not. They got a platform that can perpetuate your platform and make some bread, man. Make life
I mean,
changing.
because it's a little different. Like this, like that's why I said society wise. I know people don't like that conversation, but that's the answer, and it got to be like you. No matter how much you want to avoid it, like we ain't got the same options. As a white person, you ain't got no worry. Let's be very frank. Like I ain't saying you can't be poor and stuff, but I'm saying for the most part, like you ain't worried about somebody like that. And I'm not talking about like, if white people see black people, they might be thinking, oh, this black person think this of me. But the most of the time you see white people and they're comfortable with you. And whatever you are, you gay, you whatever. They don't give a fuck. They don't pass real much judgment on you. However, we're the minority, and then most of the time we still seeing white faces who passing a lot of shit on us, and then we only got limited places we can get into. So in order for us to make it and elevate there, people trying to wipe out because they like, shit, nigga, if you take my spot, well, I ain't eating no more. Like, and I don't think that's right, you feel me? But I understand the system of capitalism we in. That's why I said play the game earlier. Like, bro, I'm only in the position I am because I hate to get that in depth with it, right? But you know what the Matrix is? Like the movies.
What's that? Oh,
you ever seen the Matrix movies?
Oh, yeah, yo, I love the Matrix.
Listen to me. I look at the Matrix damn near like it's a Bible, low-key. Because listen to me, it's the parallel of reality that we don't really want to admit. Like, how I saw the numbers going across the screen. It's all numbers. You feel me? And then, like, the bigger thing is, like, they telling Neo, like, if you believe you can do some shit the opposite, you can do the shit the opposite. But the first thing you got to do is unplug from the shit that you in. You feel me? Like, the best example would be the dude. I don't know if you know the movies well, but it's the part where I can't remember what his name is, but he turned his back on them and he was talking to the agent, and he said, "Man, you know what? It's crazy because I know this steak ain't real. Like I done been in the real world, but this shit tastes so good." And like,
Oh yeah, yo, who seen the chick in the red dress and all that?
yeah, and like
Yeah, I know
that
you
the
talking about your old boy with the bald head and the mustache, but I don't know his name
yeah
either.
with the glasses, yeah.
Yeah, facts.
And the whole concept of that is him saying that's what we do as people, like here in reality, bruh. You going up to work, I ain't saying this is not something you should do. That's what society is made out of, right? But like I said earlier, if you had the skill to do most of that, you wouldn't even have to do the shit. Like you wouldn't really need to, like, let's be real, if we still ran, I don't compare old world type shit, but I will say some of it was better, like wells. Like, nigga, get up and go get your water. You own that. Nobody distributes that to you. Make sure it's clean. Take care of yourself. You feel me? And now you gain the skills to be able to do that. But now none of us have skills. We trying to get into like computer programming, which again, I understand it's the future of the economy. But if we talking very blatantly, that shit don't help us as people. That help the system keep moving. You feel me? But fuck it. I know it might be a little bit too deep. We got to kind of unplug from that shit and just figure a separate way around things, and then we can actually progress and thrive as black people. Otherwise, the system is a monster. It's made to eat you up. It ain't made to work with you. Gotta figure out how to do it outside of that motherfucker. My apologies, my kids. But yeah, gotta do more, man. Gotta unplug out of this system and shit.
Yo,
Fuck it.
that's a
Even what
fact.
Browns
That's a
built.
fact, yo. That what
Even
this
what
space was built
Brownsville said,
on.
he right, but he wrong with what he's saying, in my opinion. Recalibrate, but don't recalibrate on no fucking that. And that's another thing I was pointing out with that stoicism shit. These are things that's
Yeah,
already been here. They've already been here. So we need to figure
right,
a new way. You feel me? Obviously, these things have failed us already. The Bible's a good thing because it gives us a good basis, but we need to figure out our own religion. And I say it should be spirituality more than anything. Because for black people, I feel like the earth is what we connected with. You feel me? For us,
right,
a lot of fruits and vegetables and things of that nature kind of bring us back to life. Like we a different type of people than white people or
right.
Chinese people, bro. So like, yeah, man, we need to get more rooted into that type shit. And then really, man, I say it one last time though, that land. Until we get some land, we don't matter. They'll always do us dirty. You feel me?
Yo, that's a fact. That's a fact. I totally agree with that. You know what I'm saying? But everybody on in these spaces got their own like, well, virtual land. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but look how they doing with their land. That shit ain't soil right, bro. Like, how you gonna disrespect? Yo, you probably younger than him, bro. You younger than him, man. And look how they be talking to people, bro. Like, that's not how you communicate with people in real life, yo. Because it'll turn. I'm not trying to promote that, but it'll turn a different type of way, though. Like, you don't talk to people like that, bro. You know what I'm
No, for sure.
saying? You gotta treat people how you want them to be treated, bro.
For sure.
If you put that negativity energy out there in the world, then you're gonna get a negative response. That's this life. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't think people is actually doing what they saying they doing in real life, bro. Cause especially when you hear like the monitor, because when you was talking to him, like his radio was going off. So what if a dude who know how to decode radio be like, yo, this dude is really not a cop?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying, yo? Because you remember when you was talking to him, yo, his radio was going off, right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So what if somebody decode that shit and be like, yo, that nigga work at Walmart. So
Shit,
what
man.
about that though? Is he really living the truth or is he living in the lie? Like, let's keep it real.
Man, that's why I said I personally don't. I don't really give a fuck. I don't care
My
what the
nigga, I
nigga
be
do.
paying
I know I
attention to
live in my
details,
truth. You
yo, because
feel me?
that's my job.
I, I can't persuade a man who, like they say, you can lead a horse to water, right? You can't make him drink. Man,
Oh,
I don't care about whether or not that man real or not. Police, like what's done in the dark come to light, as they say. You feel me? So hey, whatever. If you're not
that's
doing
a
that,
fact.
that
That's a
it
whole
come
fact.
about sooner
That's
or
a whole
later. So that's what I'm saying. On your end, on our end, all I say is
already.
we gotta be able to say what we doing is true. You feel me? And lead
Right.
by better
Right.
example too. Like that's why I said, me personally, I don't. If you ever see me on any panels, you very rarely see me even getting to a point of where I'm saying like, nigga stupid or something, like with a very serious manner. You feel me? Like I might say that jokingly, but I'm not gonna sit there and say that in a serious manner or form majority of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And like, bruh, I don't want nobody, like you said, golden rule, doing to others as you want them to do unto you. I don't want nobody speaking to me like that. So I'm gonna
Right.
try my best to work with you, and I'm gonna also correct. That's why I pointed it out when he did it. Like, why you doing that? You feel me?
Right.
You talking
Let me answer this.
men. This ain't how men communicate. You feel me? Because like you saying too, in person, man, boy, he wouldn't be
You
speaking
already
like
know.
that. Yeah, like, nobody would be
Hey, yo,
speaking
but let
like
me
that
answer this
though. But
question
I'm gonna
real quick,
speak how
real
I was
quick.
speaking on that show in real life to anybody. You
That's
feel
a
me? Like,
fact.
hey,
Me too.
yeah, like shit,
Yo, I
fuck
don't
that.
talk to everybody crazy, yo. Go ask Brownie. I don't talk to Brownie crazy. I don't talk to certain people I respect. You know what I'm saying? If I respect you, I'm not gonna talk to you crazy. Like I've been on a young platform many a times. Me and him had some exchanges when things was going on with me during the first purge or whatever. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? That shit was real passionate to me. I didn't talk to that man crazy. I don't talk to Brownie crazy. You know what I'm saying? Even though me and Sexy Red had our back and forth, we cool, yo, because she got a strong personality, like I got a strong personality. You know what I'm saying? People who I don't disrespect, you know what I'm saying? People who I go at is people who I don't give a fuck about, yo. Like I will never talk to G crazy. Like that's my guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I rock with Freezy. You never heard me talk to Freezy crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta pay attention. And plus, y'all wasn't in these spaces long as me. So I know these people for over 10 fucking years. So I know who to talk crazy to, and I know who not to talk crazy to, yo. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I'm gonna talk crazy to the bullies of these spaces or who think they the bullies of these spaces. Like fuck them. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. Like if I rock with you, I rock with you. If I don't, I don't. I don't care. That's how I feel. So whoever you like it and I talk crazy to, that's on you, bruh. That don't got nothing to do with me. I don't care. I've been here since the beginning of the shit. So fuck that.
Nah, you been for long enough to talk your shit. I ain't. Hey, look, that's why I keep saying it all the time. I'm new to this shit, bro. Like
Man, I don't give a fuck about that.
I
I don't
don't
give a
really.
fuck about shit, my nigga. All you gotta do, my nigga, is go to my fucking community tab and see what that nigga said to me in my motherfucking in my fucking comic section. That nigga ain't built like that. That nigga ain't gonna talk crazy about me, yo. How I got baptized on my community wall, and he telling me to act like I'm Christian, and I telling this nigga I'm acting like how I am in the Old Testament because the Old Testament is way different from the New Testament. So fuck that nigga. How about that? Motherfuckers don't read. Motherfuckers don't know how to translate the Old Testament from the New Testament. Nigga, I don't gotta lie, nigga. Tell a bell, whoever you is, troll ass face, my nigga. Go to my community wall. Everything is right there. I don't gotta lie about getting baptized, my nigga. It's right there on my community wall. It's right there in front of your face. So you rock with a dude. So of course you're gonna rock with him more if you support his channel. Come on, my nigga. I know how this game go. Shit is like television. You're gonna rock with every character that who you see in yourself.
Yeah, you identify or align with.
Feel me? Yeah, yo, I'm the bad guy, my nigga. I root for the bad guy. Fuck you mean? Give a fuck, nigga. Man, listen, man. That's why they tell you, yo, when you hit these platforms, yo, don't pay attention to the chat. Don't pay attention to the chat, man. They don't know what they be talking about, man. No shit.
Nah, I don't pay that joint no
It's
attention.
not
It is
fake,
what it is.
man. Art imitate life, man. You never heard that? Art imitate life. Like people take references from movies, from anything. We could take. Come on, man. What are we talking about right now? Y'all wilding, yo. If you like Sharon, just say you like him. I don't care. I don't tell nobody not to go support another person. That's not my style. If you like that person, you like
Yeah.
that person.
Yo, I'm gonna let y'all get y'all final thoughts real quick. I'm gonna be closing out the show in a second.
Oh, okay. That's what's up, bro. Now I don't got no final thought, man. It's just a dope platform, man. Dope show, man. Shit, I need to go watch some of it. You know what I mean? I need to go watch the first part.
Oh, okay. What you got,
That was a
KT?
class. All right, fellas. All right, chat.
All right.
Salute to the playback.
What you got, KT? All right. Well, yeah. I like to thank everybody for coming through part 2 of the StreamYard Saturday going into Sunday. Uh, if y'all didn't like the video, go and like the video. Let's get the likes up. Shout out to Freezy. Shout out to the No Cap crew. Appreciate everybody for rocking with us. Catch y'all next weekend for StreamYard Saturday.
Hey, bro, I appreciate you, man. Listen, man, go sub to my boy, man. Listen, man, go sub to my boy, No Captivity, man. He's a good dude, man.